Hello, and welcome to Famicast 246, your Famicast for the latter part of May 2023. I'm your host, Danny Bivens, and today I'm joined by James Charlton.
That's right, baby. I'm here, I'm live, and I'm doing it in that order.
That's right. That's right. And we're also joined by Ty Sugar.
Hey, I just thought of something funny. Don't mind.
Okay. Ooh, Nectar of
Don't
the
mind.
Gods.
Living in Japan, you start using Japanese English. I tell people don't mind all the time now.
Yeah,
Don't mind.
Don't mind.
And in reality, nobody really understands what you're saying if you're speaking in English. Well, yeah, God, yeah. Well,
Don't mind.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, we're gonna go into the intricacies of waseigo, like Japanese borrowed word. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna talk about video games.
It would be a fun segment sometime.
Yeah, I think it would be too. But
Hey,
today,
Danny, do you know what we were doing several hundred episodes ago?
oh,
101, baby. All aboard
right.
the Zelda train.
There it is.
Now it's
Damn.
246. How many episodes later? You do the math.
Exactly.
145 episodes later. Here we are. We're doing it again.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to believe.
Same old. Copy and paste this episode and do it again.
Yeah. Okay, so it's been good. No.
Right.
Yeah, so as you might have read in the description or Twitter or wherever, but yeah, today we're going to talk a lot about The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It just came out right after the last episode of the show, and James and I, maybe Ty, no, let's get real.
Hell
no. But James and I have played quite a bit of it over the past week and a half or so, and we're going to talk about that a lot at the beginning of the show.
Mm-hmm. We don't have a special guest like we did on this episode. I don't know
we,
who that guy was that we had on that show, but yeah, with no special guest this episode, unfortunately.
Exactly. Yeah, we already got a couple fellers in the chat. Looks like Lemonade's in there. Hello. Transient Image is in there. It said, hello, first Famicast in my new house. Excited to, quote unquote, be here, which means playing Tears of the Kingdom while Famicasting. Good. And that mustache is fabulous, JC. You had a mustache in that picture? Or right now?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, probably in 101 I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't usually wear one right now, especially not now when it's hidden up.
Yeah, I usually grow them. I usually don't wear a fake one, but to each their own, I guess. Mustache.
Right. Danny did do it. If you dig through the archives, there are some episodes where Danny has a mustache.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Let's never speak of those days ago.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah. Oh my God. 2012. It was really full, man. The only facial hair I can grow is a mustache, and I hate it. I wish I could grow a full beard, but I can't. Anyway, we're not here to talk about my inability to grow facial hair. We're here to talk again about video games. So let's just go ahead and get right into it with some new business. And like I mentioned at the top of the show, today, me and JC are going to kick things off by talking a lot about The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
What?
Kind of our... Right. I hope you got ready, James. Yeah, let's kind of talk about our thoughts of the game. I will just say off the bat, there probably are going to be some light spoilers in here. And then, Lemonade, too. He said, I should be playing Zelda right now, but I'm not. Well, we appreciate your sacrifice, kind sir.
You and me both, brother. You and me both.
Exactly. But yeah, we're gonna probably gonna have some kind of light spoilers in here. So if you're not that far into the game or you kind of want everything to be secret, then you might want to fast forward or do whatever.
Use them chapters, right?
Exactly. And yeah, there's that. And like I said, I mean, James, I hope we're on the same page here, but I wasn't planning on talking about story beats or something like that. More or less just the experience so far that we've had, minus very specific things about the story.
Yeah, I'll be talking about the ending in
yeah, perfect.
Great detail in the next few minutes.
Okay.
No, I haven't. I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
Only crazy people or speedrunners have finished it right now. But
right, or reviewers or something like that.
Oh yeah, or people who've had it for 6 weeks already.
Right. Yeah. But I guess just to start things off, James, how many hours have you put in up to this point?
Yeah, well, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? Today, was it today or yesterday was I tweeted out, happy we get to know how long we've been playing Zelda day.
Yes.
Which is it 9 days after
10.
you play? 10, right? Okay, yeah. But apparently
Well,
there is another way. You can just go to the trending and see all of your friends' playtimes, except your own. So I could see Danny's, but not mine.
yeah.
I have
And
to
like
click Danny.
I
Weird.
think I might have mentioned that to you actually before that. But like then also if you it's so stupid. I mean, it's cool for me, but if you have like the Japanese My Nintendo app and your main region is like Japan, it keeps track of like all that stuff pretty well. I did notice like one of my days I played for like 3 or 4 hours and then it didn't even show up on that count. I was like, what the hell? But it eventually got caught up. It's a little bit slow to kind of keep up with that stuff, but it's better than nothing. And I think
Yeah.
Transient Image mentioned in our Discord, one thing I do miss from the 3DS days is the really detailed activity log that thing had. And it's only gotten worse. I mean, the Wii U one was better than the Switch, but the Switch is just in increments of 5. It's kind of stupid. But
Yeah. And it's weird because Nintendo obviously has the data, but because they show your friends, but they don't show you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Exactly.
I think I'm on 30 hours last time I checked. It might have gone up. I was playing it more today. And,
Okay.
I would be playing it now. But, sacrifices for the podcast. I'm
Exactly.
doing this. So, yeah, 30 hours in, 10 days, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, and a little bit more than
Pretty
that
much.
now, but yeah,
Yeah.
week and a half. Yeah, basically. But
Exactly. And this, while doing a full-time job and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm only playing it in the evening after work, but I'm playing it a lot and I'm going to bed much later than I usually do. It is one of those, just one more whatever, kind of games, one more shrine, one more thing kind of games. It's hard to stop playing because there's always something on the horizon. Actually, Danny, I was thinking about that. We should probably retweet or maybe even republish the article that Matt Walker did on the Famicast about how Breath of the Wild was designed.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the design concepts are still true for Tears of the Kingdom in that any direction you look, there's always something on the horizon to pique your interest. So you never like, well, where should I go now? You're always like, oh, cool, that looks cool. I wonder what that is. There's like something in the distance that you want to go towards, and it always is something there, and that still holds true in Tears of the Kingdom.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah, you got about 30 hours in. I tallied it up today, like when I had some free time, and I think it was like 36, and then I played like a couple hours today, so probably about like 38 hours or something like that. But yeah.
Which for the old style Zelda games, that's the end, right? That's the end of the game.
Exactly.
40 hours, you've done everything.
Oh yeah.
You've got all the heart pieces, you've done all the mini games, you've done literally everything in the game.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I mean I've had several play sessions of 5 hours or more, 2 or something, maybe 6 hours. Like not all in like one setting. In a 24-hour period, I played for 6 hours, which that is very rare for me to be able to do in like a day. Like I just usually don't have that kind of time, or I just can't stick with something long enough or something, but there's something about a Zelda that just kind of makes you want to keep going,
Which is surprising because this game is a total cash grab, pretty much a $70 DLC that they could have easily just sold for $10 and, complete waste of time. Don't know why they took, 6 years to make this absolute garbage game. 1 out of 10. Is what some people probably are saying.
Probably haven't played it.
It's funny, isn't it? Like it seems so ridiculous now. Like all the thoughts that I had before this game, like will they be able to change the game world enough to make it interesting again? It's like literally the same map again, or with like a few extra missions or like a different story. Like it's gonna be, how are they going to do this? I think it might not be good, or it'll just feel too samey, and I'll probably just get bored of it, and not want to complete it.
Yeah,
like pretty much within 5 minutes of playing the game, you realize that's all bullshit, and you're like, holy shit! Because we're obviously going to talk about the tutorial bit, the Sky Islands at the start, right?
Yeah,
because in Breath of the Wild, you start on, you're starting on the ground in that
Great Plateau,
the Great Plateau, which is huge, and the Great Plateau is the size of probably Twilight Princess. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous, and there's there's shrines and there's so much to do, and once you complete that, then you're like, then the world opens up, and you're like, okay, what do you mean the world's opening up? Holy shit! There's more. Like, holy shit! Like that was like one microcosm of the whole map,
Right.
and you do get that again with Tears of the Kingdom, because like that Sky Island is absolutely huge. I mean, I'm assuming I haven't explored the entire Sky Kingdom yet, but like I think it's probably the biggest island in the sky. I think so.
As far as I know.
Yeah, unless there's a hidden one that we haven't seen yet.
Right. And just to go back to like kind of like pre-thoughts about the game too, like I don't know. I wasn't really, honestly, I mean, I was excited because it's like it's Zelda. I'm gonna at least try it. You know, I've played every one of them, and I usually end up having a good time. But like the first few trailers, it was just like, okay, more Zelda. All right. That's weird. And I was like, oh man, like building stuff. It's like, oh my God, I suck at that stuff. I don't know if it's going to be fun. It doesn't look like fun. That's kind of like what I thought, kind of like deep down. And that
Rock'em Sock'em robot thing going around the world map, didn't really hit me either.
Okay. I'm glad.
It looked a little bit jank. Again, one of those things that you feel so silly for ever even thinking these thoughts before playing the game.
Yeah, but like it happens. You know, you always, everybody, even subconsciously, you might make some kind of judgment on something, just like, oh, that looks stupid, or whatever, you know. But yeah, well, I mean, speaking of the Sky Islands and stuff like that, I do have some footage of like my own personal footage that I captured, you know, on the Switch that I'll just start kind of running here as we're chatting. But yeah, I mean, James, like you said, just kind of like the opening Sky Island. I mean, it was cool because it was you know, different enough from what you found in Breath of the Wild that it kept it fresh. And
it's funny because there are lots of similarities. Like they do have a snow world on the Sky Island, and you know, similar to Breath of the Wild, this game is, you know, it doesn't have any restrictions on what you can do or where you can go. It doesn't. There's no invisible barriers in this game, you know, much like Breath of the Wild.
Sure.
And so I obviously went, you know, in the direction that maybe most people didn't go, which is I went to the snow place first.
All right.
And then because, you know, I had the knowledge of Breath of the Wild, so it's like, okay, well, I don't have my snow suit or whatever, my snow armor.
You're basically naked.
Yeah, I'm basically naked, but I know how to make, you know, potions. I know how to like survive in the cold without dying. I know how to make, you know, fire weapons that will keep you warm and stuff like that. So I did it, and I went through the whole fucking Snow Kingdom in my underpants, you know, and survived. But unfortunately, there was actually a huge wall that I couldn't climb, and I had to turn back. You know, I got a whole bunch of stuff, you know, but I couldn't progress any further. I was like, okay. So I guess I'm not supposed to go this way.
Speaking of playing the game naked, I heard when you talk to people, when you don't have any equipment on, they say a lot of funny things.
Yeah.
I've heard that too. I haven't checked it out.
That was a thing in
pretty good thread.
Breath of the Wild too.
Yeah, that was in Breath of the Wild as well. Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Lots of people have lots of characters have reactions. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, you know, for me too, going into, well, just like playing this game for the past, like, you know, 35, 40 hours, I didn't read any reviews. I didn't really check any discourse on the game, like nothing. I didn't listen to any podcasts about it, watch any videos, absolutely nothing, because first of all, I knew we were going to talk about it, and I didn't want to have anything like, you know, deep, you know, kind of like messing with my thoughts about something like that, you know what I mean? Kind of,
or like you should be doing this, or
it's like
I should have done that. Yeah,
exactly. It's just I just go where I want to go and just
that's the cool thing about Breath of the Wild and this is that, you know, there is no wrong way to go. It's like you literally go wherever you want and do whatever the fuck you want.
There's definitely more difficult places where you can go and stuff like that. But, you know, I think, you know, back to the Sky Islands just in general and stuff like that. I mean, I just went through like kind of like the path that it seemed like Nintendo wanted you to go. And I think what it kind of did for me was it made it so that I can kind of get refamiliarized with the combat and just the mechanics and stuff like that of the game. Because it had been like the last time I sat down and played it like at all was like 2019, and that was just, I think, trying out the Labo VR stuff, if you remember that in Breath of the Wild.
Not really, but yeah.
Yeah, well, it's okay. So yeah, but that was it, and I basically haven't played this game proper since probably 2017. For Breath of the Wild.
Really?
So it was nice just to be able to have a relatively safe place to kind of run around and do stuff before you get down to the world where things are happening.
Yeah. I thought it was a good tutorial. I mean, I could see it being difficult for newcomers. Like if you've never played Breath of the Wild and you go straight into Tears of the Kingdom,
Sure.
Yeah, it might be quite difficult. I would assume, but you have if you play Breath of the Wild a lot, like a lot of people have, you have so much baked in kind of knowledge about the engine that you can do things without really thinking.
Right.
But then there are also things which are different and they don't work, or like you don't have certain abilities. Like I was really surprised at the sail cloth. You don't get it for like literally till you hit the ground. Like there's so much. You go so far without actually getting it. Like you actually go from the sky island to the ground without a sail, which is frightening. You have to literally jump off, somewhere in the clouds and land on the ground and somehow survive that jump. And it's like, okay, this is a bit scary without a wind sail because you're just so used to just gliding everywhere, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that kind of threw me off at first too, but then you just like, okay, well, let's just manage. And so
I did notice, I don't know, I might be changing my tactics now, but with Breath of the Wild, I went 100% on the stamina side. Like I went through most of the game with like 4 hearts, but like maximum stamina. So I could climb anything and I could glide as far as I wanted, right? Because just to put the more emphasis on exploration, right? I want to explore. I want to climb up a massive cliff without, falling off it, stuff like that, right? But with Tears of the Kingdom, and we'll get into why in a bit, but like I've felt myself dying more, which it's funny because like Breath of the Wild is a really fucking hard game, and it's the first Zelda game for a lot of people where they've actually died. Like, or died a lot, died more than a few times, right? Like, you're a Zelda expert, you can go through whole games without dying once. You're not going to have that experience with Breath of the Wild. You are going to die, just get over it, deal with it. Right. Everyone dies. And then you learn so much by the end of it, you can just make a mockery of the enemies that killed you at the beginning of the game. You can just like, just completely make a fool of them and just like toy with them because you're so powerful, right? So you would think that with all that gain knowledge from Breath of the Wild that this would be easier, but they've somehow managed to make it difficult in a different way. So you do end up dying the same amount as you did in Breath of the Wild, which is amazing. So good job, Nintendo.
I agree with that totally, man, because I mean, even some of the first enemies that you fight in the Sky Island, if you're not careful, I mean, because you start out, you don't have that, you only have like 3 hearts, and then like it's almost like one hit kills in some instances and stuff like that, especially early on. So you got to really be careful about like what you're doing and how you're doing it and stuff like that. So yeah, it can be pretty challenging.
Very Dark Souls of you.
Yeah, right. And like James, like you mentioned that with Breath of the Wild, you went like all out on the stamina. Like I think I did about 50-50, but I think I went a little bit heavier on the hearts. But this time, at least as of right now, I've been going a little bit heavier on the stamina because I'm just like planning ahead. I'm thinking, okay, because I've been exploring a lot, just on horseback and stuff like that, and climbing mountains and all sorts of stuff. And even now, even though I have, for where I'm at and based on like how many of the shrines and stuff like that I've had and all that crap, I mean, I have a decent amount of stamina. But
I'll give you 2 more reasons why. Well, the first one is the new chasms area. That's going to fuck you up in terms of getting, losing hearts and dying. And the other one is the new things that you can create, which can let you fly and do things that, you can bypass certain climbing sections. So it's like you don't need stamina because you have machines to help you.
True.
And then with the chasms, like this, I think this is new. This has never been in any Zelda game before. Like this is an area under the map. So it is kind of a light world, dark world kind of thing, but the dark world is under the light world. Like, and it doesn't, you're not teleporting to it. It's always there.
And it's literally dark, like really dark.
And, yeah,
well, pretty dark.
But also when you get hit, your hearts turn black, and you cannot heal. So like you have 3 hearts, you lose 2. That's it. You're on 1 heart until you get to a place where there's light, and so you can get your heart containers back. Like you literally lose that heart container. So
wow. Okay, because I've only been down to the depths just once, and I didn't get hit by anybody. I did kill a couple of guys down there, but like nobody's, so it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, I was really enamored by that because like it really felt like it was almost like Metroid, like the otherworldliness of it. Like it's very un-Zelda.
Yeah.
And and also, I mean, I don't like Metroid Prime 2, but Metroid Prime 2 has this, thing where you're in this dark world, and if you go into the darkness, you will lose health constantly. And you have to dash to the next kind of light area.
God, now I'm kind of remembering that and why it was kind of annoying. Okay.
So it's not that harsh in Tears of the Kingdom. Like you don't die if you go in the darkness, but like you can't see anything. It's literally pitch black. Like you can't even see your hand in front of your face. And you might see like little sparkles of light in the distance, but that's it.
Yeah. But I mean, the game does give you ways to, obviously.
Yeah. That's what I like. So you have these light flowers that you can attach to your bow, and you can fire them out, and you can light up the areas.
You can even throw them too.
Yeah, or you can throw them, right? And that lights your way, and then you can explore. So it's kind of like almost like a flashlight kind of analogy. If it was a first-person shooter, it would be like Doom 3 or whatever, just to make sure Ty stays awake. It's a Doom 3 flashlight in Zelda, but they're these flowers
that you throw it, and then it sticks in the ground. You can't move it.
Right.
Actually, I was looking for Zelda memes on Twitter, but what I'm seeing is a lot of really thirsty fan art of this glasses girl.
Oh,
who's she?
yeah.
Pura.
Is it Pura, or it could be Josha?
If it's a glasses girl, yeah.
White hair, red glasses,
they both
huge boobs.
No,
I'm not sure if that's accurate to the game.
Okay, no,
yeah,
that's I was thinking like, whoa, no,
that's
I don't
the fan
remember
outside
that.
of it.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Let me just bookmark this for later.
There it is.
That's a very anime style character because in Breath of the Wild, she's like what 1,000 years old in the body of an 8-year-old
woman. Yeah, exactly.
There we go. All right. I'm glad I didn't find that on the search.
Yeah, please pre-search those, man. Looks like JC might have dropped out, but yeah, so yeah, that's a thing. When it comes to like the game's visual style and stuff like that, I mean, obviously it's the same that what you'll find in Breath of the Wild and like all that type of stuff. I mean, essentially it's the same engine. So yeah, I mean, you get what you probably expect. I mean, James, and maybe you can kind of chime in on this too, but when playing Tears, did you notice or run into any type of performance issues and stuff like that? Because I know I did.
Performance issues? You mean like slowdown? Major slowdown?
Slowdown. Major or not major?
I think, the frame rate does take a hit, at times, and not like in any kind of egregious way. It's like when you've got when you're doing one of your powers or whatever, and that it puts that filter on the screen, and you're looking out on like a vast landscape or something like that. You can tell that the frame rate is going lower.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's not a slideshow or anything like that.
No, I did notice a couple of dips, like in Kakariko Village. It was raining, and I was kind of like spinning around the camera. Characters are running to try to get out of the rain, so like there's a lot of activity and stuff like that going on. I haven't been to the infamous forest that's in this game as well. that kind of caused like a bunch of not. I mean, again, it's noticeable, but it's not like game breaking. One thing I did see, and I didn't even mean to, but it's nothing in terms of spoilers or anything. But so many like tech nerds are like, man, this game looks like shit. They can only even have it running 60 frames a second, and then like Nintendo needs a 4K console, and it's like, what? Like, I don't think. I don't agree with that. That's stupid.
Yeah. What the hell are they talking about? Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that never entered my mind playing this game.
Yeah.
So like the back to the chasms for a little bit. Like I've explored a lot of the chasms, like the underground world. It's absolutely frightening. I mean, death is everywhere. Like I said, you get hit, your heart's turned dark, and they will not come back. So you are going to die even more than you were on the surface. Death is everywhere. Death is coming, and it's frightening. And the monsters are not normal monsters. They're like, the bokoblins or whatever. They have what's it called? Gloom.
The gloom, yeah.
The gloom, which they're covered in, red shit, which makes them stronger. And then when they hit you, you get, like I said, wipes off your heart, which don't come back. And then, so there's like more dangerous and more frightening versions of regular monsters. But then, without spoiling, there are absolutely terrifying things down there as well, which I took a video of it with the kind of screen capture button on the Switch, which I don't think I'm going to share it because maybe it is a bit spoilery, but like,
sure,
you kind of parasailing down this vast chasm, going for like, maybe like a couple of minutes to actually hit the ground, right? And it was very memey. It's like, I can't see anything, but I can hear this ominous sound. And then, I throw a flower on the ground and it lights up, and then there's an absolutely terrifying thing right in front of me and just immediately kills me. It was like, I mean, it's terrifying, but it's also hilarious, So yeah, I've been really enjoying exploring down there because it's like, it's a totally new world. And I foolishly, I thought when I went down my first chasm, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is like a really big cave. I was like, wow, they've added so much stuff down here. Like, wow, there's a lot of stuff. Like, there's people down here. There's things to do and stuff like that. And then, I just kept on going. And then I found another one of those kind of light sources that you have to activate. And then it goes to the map screen and it lights it up. And then you're like, wait a minute. And you zoom out in the map and you're like, holy shit, it's the whole fucking map.
Yeah.
It's the whole map twice. How did they do this? And then like, that's on top of the sky. You got the Sky Kingdom as well.
Exactly. And that's like the crazy thing too, because I don't think anybody could have predicted this. And actually, I'll go back. I just want to get to the comments.
Secret. That's a really good secret. Yeah.
I just want to get to the comments here because Transient Image kind of says something like kind of funny thing here too. But he mentioned like, one of my biggest takeaways so far is going back to prediction videos and seeing all the wild stuff people said. Stuff like, quote unquote, oh, Link has some tear things on his belt. Are those the tears? And things like that. And then we find out that's not the case.
I found the tears.
Yeah, I mean,
I've collected all 1,218.
Exactly. It's like, I found the Dark Soul. I beat the game. It's like, no.
I am the Tears of the Kingdom. Roll credits.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, those tear things on his belt, I don't think they call them tears, but those are things that you use. Do you have any of those, Danny?
I mean, I have that thing. I mean, I guess we can go ahead and just say what it is. I mean, it's, again, if you've already listened this far, you probably already had some things spoiled that you might or might not have wanted to know. So I apologize, but yeah, I mean, essentially what it's like a battery pack for some of the Zonai technology and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I was thinking about the other ones, like the characters that help you.
Gotcha. Oh,
which was kind of teased in one of the trailers, and I didn't know. Well, it kind of looked like a cutscene, so I just like, oh, it's just some guys that they stand next to Link in the cutscene or something like that. Turns out no, they're all like quote unquote playable.
Yeah.
Wow. not playable, but like
helper characters.
Helpers, yeah. I just got my second one. Ooh. And they I kind of guess in a way they replaced the Guardians powers that were in Breath of the Wild, but they're actually better than that. They're more, you can do more stuff with that.
Yeah.
So like, for example, what was it called? Was it Rivali's Gale, the one that let you boost up in the air in Breath of the Wild? That's gone. Like that power doesn't exist in Tears of the Kingdom, at least so far for me anyway.
Yeah, me too.
But there's but there are similar things. Like you can build machines that will do that for you. And, there's a character that will kind of do a similar-ish thing for you as well.
Right.
But
then like you said, there's so many different things that you can do if you want to get up in the air. Like, shit is just falling from the sky every once in a while. And, with one of the power-ups you get on the first island, I mean, it's rewinding time. So you can just start rewinding it, hop on top of it, and then just go. You just go until it runs out and you're way the hell up there. So
that is true. It's the new powers are really cool. Like so the Ultra Hand, which is basically replaces Magnesis. Magnesis in Breath of the Wild let you grab metallic items and move them around. Anything that was metal, basically. And then Ultra Hand is that, but for everything. So it's not like only metal objects. It's like anything that moves, you can pick it up and you can rotate it. They actually now have more options where you can kind of rotate objects, in 3D. Like you're using like Maya, like a 3D modeling software. You can just like turn it around and do whatever you want with it, right? And then it's very similar. There's the other one called Fuse, which just lets you, fuse two objects together. But it's kind of confusing because Ultra Hand can fuse. So it's like Ultra Hands does both of those things. Fuse just is for like if you're holding something in your hand and you want to fuse it with something else on the ground.
Right.
But Ultra Hand is for like fusing, blocks of wood or, whatever, zonite powers, these kind of mechanical devices. You can fuse them to things, make cars and whatever, space rockets or other things. So but like how that works together is really, really interesting. I mean, it's takes a little bit of a while to get used to, like that kind of manipulating the turning and everything. But once you get the hang of it, you just feel so powerful. Like you can just like, it's almost like the Lego movie where that guy just like builds a ship like and makes it and then drives off in it. It does feel like that. You start to gain this sense about like, okay, I can build this and I can go up there. You just feel really powerful in a very different way. Like I can make anything I want.
James, I don't know about you, but one of my favorite side characters I've ran into so far is Addison, the guy working for the Hudson Construction Company, putting up signs everywhere.
holding the sign guy.
I've been every time I see him, I stop and I help him out. And like you said, like when you first start playing the game and you first come across a guy, you're like, what the hell is this idiot doing? And you're like, okay, I gotta help him, stand up these signs. And I mean, it's almost kind of like a little mini puzzle in itself.
It is.
Because all the signs are different shapes. They fall down different ways and stuff like that. Sometimes the materials around you are different. Sometimes the materials are far away, and you got to think about transporting them to that specific place. Sometimes you just have to use rocks or just whatever the hell's available.
Yeah, it took me a while to actually work out what the hell this guy is. It's like when I just saw him once, I was like, okay, this guy's an idiot. But then, okay, he's everywhere. It's like, okay, this must mean something. I must have to do something. And then, okay, now I saw like piles of materials right next to him. I'm like, okay, I have to build something for him, right? Now I get it. So, the Koroks are back. And, pretty much most of the Koroks are, puzzles, very simple puzzles. Some of them are not puzzles at all. You just find them.
Right.
But, and then you have the sign guy, that is a puzzle. So there are lots of these kind of examples where it's a puzzle like duplicated across the world multiple times, like sign guy and then Koroks as well. And then I'm trying to remember, there is something else. And then there are also things to discover, which is it was a kind of new thing for Tears of the Kingdom. Like in Breath of the Wild, you would go to a new area and the name of it would come up, but that's about it. It's like, but this one, it says discovery. So you're like discovering hidden things that aren't on the map, for example.
Sure.
So you've got things like wells. Like you'll go into you'll find a well in the middle of nowhere. You go down the well, there's a little cave, and it's probably got some treasure and maybe something to do down there, right? And then you've got similar but different is a cave. So you have these caves which are a little bit bigger, and they've got monsters in sometimes. Sometimes they have boss monsters in.
Yeah, I found one of those today. Holy shit.
And then they have these kind of white creatures, like
Bulblins
or whatever.
Yeah,
and that's a collectible, I think, because
it's. I don't. I mean, I'm still. I mean, yeah, we can look back at this in like a month or so and laugh. But I killed a bunch of them, but I don't know what to do with them.
I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, but like every time you get it, it's like you got a bubbling diamond or whatever, right? It's like, and it tells you every single time. It's not one of those things where you get one and then it never reminds you what it is after that. This is like, no, every single time you got one of these, you're going to need this, this is important kind of thing. Yeah. No idea why. But so then you have that. And these caves are different from the chasms, the underground world. That's a whole different thing, right? So you got the wells, which are underground, the caves that are underground, and then you got the chasm, the dark world under the underground. Right. So there's a lot more going on under the ground, I guess.
Yeah.
In this
game. It's cool too, because even if you're in a cave or whatever, you're lost down there, or even sometimes you need to for a specific kind of like a puzzle. Like you can use there's a feature called like Ascension or something where you just go up through the ground, through the ceiling, and you just come out on the other side. It doesn't matter where you are. That's what you will do. As long as there is like a ceiling above you, you will go out the other side, which is really cool.
Really cool.
And a lot of cool like puzzles and stuff like that too. So like I was doing a shrine today where it was basically you have to figure out like what's the best way to make use of this, and use like a couple of different blocks or something like that to try to figure it out. I mean, it wasn't like that hard, but sometimes you figure this stuff out and you're like, man, I'm so smart.
Yeah, dude, it's really, game is really good at making you feel smart.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a good way to transition into the engine in this game, because like you were mentioning about the whatever frame rate issues, but like the underlying mechanics of this game is something magical. Like it is unprecedentedly amazing.
I see a lot of programmers on Twitter posting like, Jesus Christ, how did these gods do this?
It's stupid. I mean, even in the simple things that I'm doing, it's amazing. But then you see, YouTubers or speedrunners doing stuff. Like I saw this. So like the thing that Danny was just mentioning, the ascend, where you can go up through objects. Like you can do that on anything. Like you can build something and then go through it if you want to. And there was a guy, he fused like 3 tree trunks together and then tilted it upwards like a telegraph pole, froze it in time, like just slightly above the ground, and then ascended through it, like using this long pipe. So he'd in essence, he'd made his own tower and then just ascended through it and got to the top of this cliff. Like it's like, I don't even have thought that was possible. Like, so it's like they didn't play test what people were going to do with every single object in the game, but what they did is just made sure that the engine could handle no matter what people throw at it. It's just so stable and so like well programmed that like pretty much anything you do is going to work. Like I haven't ever bumped into something that I thought could work and then it didn't. It's like, oh, this might work, and it worked like every single time. Like you're never denied something. Like,
I mean, as long as you're like within the boundaries or the rules of like the game, then it's anything is fair game. Like you can do it.
Yeah, but just give that time, because sooner or later the boundaries of the game will be meaningless. What people are going to be able to do with this game. I mean, what people did with Breath of the Wild, with the what do you call it, the momentum thing, where you could like hit a stone and then grab onto it and then fly yourself across the world.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems so like minor compared to what is possible in Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
Like it's nothing.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
seems so basic. Breath of the Wild looks so basic now. Which is weird to say because Breath of the Wild was such an incredible engine. Like, and this just makes it look like a baby's toy. It's
Right.
insane.
A couple of comments here too. Balls had asked, like, are you guys playing on OLED Switch models or original? I'm playing on an OLED model. James,
I'm not playing portably. Why would I play this game portably?
Okay. I play portably, and then Lemonade
Okay.
also says in the chat too, and that this is right. Like there's no like power difference or any kind of like performance difference between the OLED and the OG Switch. It's the same.
No,
it's just like that
portably, right? Yeah.
Yeah, if you're just playing in portable. I mean, I've been playing the game about 50-50, like on the TV and then portably, and actually it's kind of cool. Like last weekend, I was talking to my wife, like, hey, I'm gonna play some Zelda, like here on the couch, just sitting next to me. She's like, oh, I want you to play it on the TV. And I was like, wait, what? I just got so used to this, it's like let her watch her shows or whatever. But she's like, no, I kind of want to see it because there's been like commercials and stuff like that on TV, and obviously she's seen me playing it for hours and hours, like every day. So she's just probably thinking like, it's a great looking game too, and it's just interesting to look at. So
it is. Yeah. I mean, if you go back and hear my second thoughts of the game, like I think I've talked about it on the show twice, like when I first my first, I don't know, 80 hours, and then the second time when I did another maybe 60 hours when I did the DLC and I got all the shrines and all the things, right, except all the Koroks. Okay, I'm not a crazy person,
right?
But like that second time through, I just fell in love with the world. Like I don't know if that was pre-pandemic. I think so. Maybe it was like overlapping with the pandemic. I can't remember, but like it was such a pleasant world to live in. Like I just loved visiting the villages and like the sense of discovery when you find like a village that you didn't even know existed. You're 150 hours into the game and you find a village. Like what other Zelda game would have villages that you didn't know existed? Like you find all the villages in the first fucking 45 minutes in Zelda games usually.
No,
right?
I had the same thing. I think I might have mentioned this even just a couple of months ago, but I was actually traveling the road. Like when I first started playing Breath of the Wild, I was going on the roads a lot, but then I started just going off road or finding other ways to get around. And with Tears so far, I've been doing a lot of just riding around on my horse on the roads because I know that roads will usually have some kind of civilization or stables or something like that. And actually, like one of the first stables I found was the last one that I found in Breath of the Wild, in Tears. So,
how cool is all the horses carried over? Do you know that?
Yeah, dude, like I was happy about that because I had no idea. I just went to the stable.
Breath of the Wild save.
Because I had like a really good like fast horse that I picked up like right at the end of the game, but I had some other ones that I picked up and used. And
so I got my Hanzo Mane, Mane, my favorite horse in Breath of the Wild.
I just called mine.
Oh damn! I thought you were talking about Samurai Showdown for a minute. Yeah, I'm a Hanzo Mane.
Yes, Mane, not Main.
Yeah.
My best horse. So yeah, he was back. That was great. And I got all the gear on him and everything like that.
Oh, right on, man.
And now they've added more horsey stuff as well. They've got like horse carriages. You can actually attach. Well, it makes sense, right? They've got the fuse thing, so now you can fuse things to your horse, right? So you get a chain thing that you can drag behind, and then you can obviously attach things to that, right? Very, very cool. So yeah, going by horse is great. Walking around is great. The best advice for Breath of the Wild and this game is like you don't teleport everywhere. Like no, walk there, go there, explore, because you'll find so many things on the way. Sure. If you just teleport back and forth to places, you'll miss so much stuff. Yeah, you'll miss shrines, you'll miss all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So another thing, going back to the game world a little bit, like. Finding places that you didn't know existed. Like, I know the map for Breath of the Wild very well. Like, I played that game for over 200 hours or whatever, right? I know everywhere pretty much. I know maybe not the names of everything, but like I know, okay, that leads to that, that leads to that. I know generally where to go. I was really surprised at like how I was surprised. I was taken aback by how much was changed. Like my favorite village or favorite town in Breath of the Wild was the Gerudo town in the desert. You know, all ladies, only ladies live there. They don't allow men into the town until you dress up like a lady and get in there.
Nice.
And yeah, it's really beautiful. They have like this, you know, trickling water, and it's like waterfalls, and it's like, you know, these desert.
I think
palm
I've seen
trees.
this in some suspicious fan comics.
Yeah. Yep. And you know, a lot of thirsty women in that village.
Yep.
And it's cool. And then I went to it with this in tears, and it's like it's completely destroyed. It's like it's horrible. Like it's been completely fucked up. All the water's dried up. Like most of the people are gone. Like the only survivors left are like, you know, they huddled in this underground shelter, like hiding from, you know, the terrifying creatures outside. It was like, wow, this is dark. This is not what I expected, you know.
Yeah,
and like all of the villages are like that so far. Like it's completely different, like from Breath of the Wild, totally different.
Yeah, I think that's like the cool thing is that since this is a direct sequel, like very direct, that it is just you going into a world that you probably had explored the hell out of. But yes, even just the surface, so much stuff has changed that that alone makes it feel fresh, because you're like, what's going on here? And you know, the characters will around will be like, oh my god, it's Link, you know, and they'll come up and talk to you about like whatever. Most people
put a shirt on.
Yeah, put a shirt on, you pervert.
Put your pants on.
Yeah. So I mean, that stuff's really cool. And just thinking about this, like I let my nephew play Breath of the Wild. I think it was back in probably maybe 2018 or something like that. I was visiting the States, and he was loving it. He was having a great time, and he was like just a little guy, maybe like 10 or something like that. But you know, just in 6 years, a game like Breath of the Wild gets a sequel. And then like just think about that, because like when you're younger, it just seems like 6 years from like 10 to 16. It seemed like a freaking eternity, right? So like an eternity later, you have a game that is a direct sequel, and you can actually see like what happened to this world and like how it happened. Like I always kind of wanted that with Ocarina of Time. Like, after you beat the game and you're like, okay, cool. The Zora place, the world's domain, shouldn't be frozen anymore when you're like adult Link, but it still is. And and stuff like that. You just kind of wish you could have had like a look at like what things would have been like after that game. And Majora's Mask, I mean, yeah, it was a direct sequel, but in a, obviously set in a very different world, way different type of setting.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? Because like Majora's Mask was a great. It's the only other Nintendo console where they've had like 2 games using the same engine.
Yeah.
Like, having a sequel to a Zelda game on the same console with the same engine, right? Like this is,
or at least
like
not
right in saying that?
Unmodified. I mean, like, maybe that you could argue like, okay, maybe Skyward Sword is some kind of enhanced Twilight Princess engine. Who knows? But the visual stuff is it's different. It's a different style. But like, no, dude, you're right, because like the style, aside from maybe a couple of things that they could do better on the 64 and 2000 versus 1998. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, the difference is they did that in what, like 1.5 years.
Yeah.
And they took 6 years to do this one.
Yeah.
And you can tell. I mean, it is a sequel. It's a proper sequel. And like going back to the game world stuff again. I mean, just a simple thing like changing the weather or changing the climate makes things completely different. And because it's such a vast world, like even. It's kind of a silly comparison here, but like on a Mario Kart stage, when you do the mirror mode, it's like it's exactly the same track, but because you do it backwards or mirrored, it just feels like a completely different track, right?
Right.
So like with this, you have that kind of vibe, but also you're changing the weather, you're destroying buildings, you're removing people that used to live there, you're changing characters that live there. You don't need to change much to make it feel totally different, but they change so much so that it feels so different. That's the absolutely crazy thing. So like, I'm like Daniel, get rid of this reference. I know you like Lord of the Rings, but like, you know, Gandalf style. It's like everywhere I go, I'm like, I have no memory of this place.
Right. I have no memory of this place. Yeah.
Right. Like every single time, I'm like, I know this place, but I don't know this place. This is like vastly different. Yeah.
It's the same. Yeah, man. Same with me too. I'm like, I should know this place, but I don't. But I
Right.
do, but I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they name a lot of characters in these Breath of the Wild and Tears. Like most of the people that you talk to have a name. Like even if they're very, very minor character, you know, and they've changed all of those, you know, all of the, what do you call them? The Gorons, you know, all the Gorons are different. All the Gorons have different names and, you know, different powers and different things, you know, different missions and stuff like that. None of it feels different, even though they have the same, you know, whatever, 3 kingdoms.
Right.
They don't feel the same as Breath of the Wild at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure that, you know, we'll be talking about this game for at least a couple of more episodes and stuff like that. But I did want to, we had some good discussions on our Discord today, and I wanted to kind of bring up a couple of things from there that you guys, you know, I just kind of just threw it out there like, hey guys, if you have anything interesting to say, you know, let us hear it. And yeah, I know some of the guys out there like James Allen and Balls, they haven't had a chance to pick up the game yet. So I hope our talk here hasn't spoiled too much for you.
Probably skipped it.
Yeah, well, Balls is here right now. He was. But
Game ruined.
Yeah, I mean, Transit Image, I think he might still be in the chat here too, but he said in Discord, he said like, yeah, I'm 45 hours in, though I'm fairly certain it's a bit longer. He's been playing a lot in airplane mode. He's been having a good time with the game. Kind of actually seems pretty similar to kind of what he thinks is kind of similar to us, like the vastness of the world. And it's interesting to see how much the base Hyrule has changed. I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, not everybody's positive on this game, and some things I kind of do agree with. One thing that Rich brought up in the Discord too is, you know, whenever you're firing arrows, you have the ability to, you know, attach things to them. This was shown off by Al Numa in like the 13-minute demo thing before the game came out, and it works fine. You can attach anything to like an arrow basically and just kind of see what it does. I mean, there's obvious things. You can attach a bomb to an arrow; it's a bomb arrow. Thing he showed off in the video, it's like you attach like a bat eyeball to it, and it's like a homing missile, and it seeks after stuff, which is cool. But like the way you do it, it is kind of a little bit cumbersome because you have to hold down the button and then you hit like up on the D-pad, and then you have this whole long ass list of stuff to scroll through. And I mean, if you don't have too much stuff in your inventory, it's fine. But
you can also sort by mostly used. Just tap of the Y button, and all the mostly used ones go to the left. Well, for me, it's usually the light one for the chasms, and then the bomb arrow, and then maybe the fire one. They immediately become to the end. Boom, done.
Okay, well then, you know what?
If it really just hit Y.
Okay.
If you hit Y, it goes between mostly used and then like by type, and then by zonal. What's it called? Zonal powers or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you just want the zonal stuff, it'll filter it so all the zonals are right there for you.
Sure.
I do have a complaint about that, but it's not that.
Okay.
My complaint is that the descriptions are not there. If you have to press pause, you have to pause the game and then go to your inventory and then read the descriptions there. But then when you're in the middle of battle and you have all of these things to select from, you're like, well, for example, like Danny just said, the Keys eyeball. It's like, well, yeah, we know that one because it was told to us in the trailer or whatever. But it's like, okay, what the hell does a Zonite horn do? Does that do something?
Right.
Like, what an ice flower? Okay, that's self-explanatory. But then you have like, you know, whatever, some Hyrule herb. Does that do something?
Yeah.
Like,
what about an apple?
Yeah, am I literally just going to throw a herb on the ground? Like, what is this going to do? So it would have been nice to have a little short description on that.
Sure. And James, I think you brought up a good point in the Discord too, because I forgot, maybe it was Dave in the chat that mentioned it. And,
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. Maybe it's Narwhal. Dave. Anyways, whoever it was, I'm sorry, but like about weapons. And I mean, you know, fusing things together and making more powerful things is a thing you need to do. And I know that I get into the habit of, I have been kind of just trying to avoid enemies as much because I'm just kind of exploring and chilling out. Only attack when I have to.
I love fusing weapons.
Yeah, I just haven't done it too much. Though today I did it fuse like a stick in an apple. It's like, can you do this? And it's like,
candy
yes.
apple.
Yeah.
Was it just like literally an apple?
Just
stick?
Literally an apple and a stick.
Okay, brilliant.
Like a club or something like that. But
yeah. So like to make clubs, you just fuse a stick and a rock, right?
Yeah.
But if I've got two rusty swords, I'll throw one on the ground and I'll fuse the other one with that one, and then all of a sudden, like the attack power doubles, and it becomes like instead of a level 6 attack power shitty weapon, it becomes a 12, and that's a pretty powerful weapon. Like
I've done things like attach like two long spears together and have something that just like clips through the ground as I'm walking and stuff like that. It's kind of funny. Yeah, man, it's cool.
Who doesn't want a 15-meter long pole sticking out their ass?
You
can
kill
people from miles away. It's great.
Great range. That was awesome.
Yeah. And just don't worry about like weapon degradation. Like some people are still, hung up on that. Like these weapons are meant to be destroyed. Like you just beat the shit out of things. Your sword explodes. You pick up another one from the enemy that you've probably just killed. Like it's just you're constantly getting weapons. And then the good thing about this game is that you can now fuse them. So like you'll kill two enemies, you'll get two swords, fuse them together, you got a powerful sword, and then use that to kill the next bunch of guys. You're always getting rewarded with new weapons and new stuff. You just don't worry about it. It's like I literally never think about, oh no, my sword is damaged. Just like I can throw it on the ground, get another one. It's like just go through it.
Like actually, don't worry about it. Change the image brings up something about the amiibo. Like I have a lot of amiibo, like Zelda ones too, but I even have the new, Tears of the Kingdom one that I haven't even used any of the amiibo stuff like in the game.
I haven't even opened it.
I have opened this because I have another one coming that will remain in the package. What
a psycho.
Thank you. But yeah, so I mean, if you guys
about that, Danny, you haven't tried any of them?
No, nothing. I forgot.
As soon as the option came up, I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I have a Link. I have one of the first generation of Link amiibos.
P-stand Link.
P-stand Link. And I tried it and nothing happened. Like literally nothing happened. I was like, okay, maybe I haven't unlocked something. Maybe it was like a horse. I think you got a horse in Breath of the Wild. I can't remember. Or maybe that was the Ocarina of Time one. But it wouldn't give me anything. I was like, okay, maybe I can't use it. And then I used a Splatoon amiibo, and it gave me like, a bunch of fish and stuff. I was like, okay, so I can use amiibos, but I just can't use the Link one. Like, it seemed really weird.
Maybe something's fucked up with your amiibo. I mean,
all the amiibo could be broken. Who knows?
It's weird. Yeah, I kind of want to try. I have some amiibo just sitting around here. I also have like a box full of my ones in my closet that I have nowhere to display. But
yeah, if you just want to grind some free food and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep. Well, Ty has been tasked with finding a couple of Tears of the Kingdom memes, and I don't know if we should be frightened. I hope this is safe for YouTube.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
Fire
but yes,
penis.
Yes. We're definitely gonna run fire penis, but that's as extreme as it gets.
That's fine.
Maybe.
And that was on like day one, I think.
Yeah, everyone.
I mean, it's the first thing everyone made, right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I
made big old cock and balls.
I made really boring stuff. I'm a boring person.
You would, nerd.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Let me share this screen here. I'll show you what I've pulled up off of Twitter and also TikTok, banned in some states.
Hold on to your butts, Ron DeSantis.
Let's see. Share screen. Not the screen with all the porn on it. Okay.
No, do that.
All right. Maybe later.
Oh,
all right. Yeah. So first, I wanted to make sure everybody has seen this fucking thing I've referenced several times on the show. Like, Link has gathered a couple of cans like straight off of my desk, and is combining them into like the ultimate beverage.
Dubious food, if I'm honest.
All right, so let's see what I got on these other tabs. All right, let's blow this up here. Link, I need you to find me and save Hyrule. Chad Link, fuck off, I'm busy. I guess he's got rockets strapped to this cross that he's about to burn on some Gorok's front lawn.
Oh boy.
All right, and then we have the hot girl I was talking about.
yeah,
Link, I needed to run around the world, the entire continent, solving everyone's weird ass problems. Chad Link, at your service, my queen.
True, that is very true.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Let's check out some of these other tabs I have here. Oh yeah, I think this person is not such a Pura fan. That's her name.
Yeah.
Let's see. Was it? All right.
Oh boy.
Looks like he's sealing her inside a porta potty. Okay, I guess she's going into space now.
Jesus Christ! I didn't even know you could do that.
Right? We run an educational stream here. This is the technology you need.
Right.
Put her in the crate. Like
that's like Simon's Final Smash in Smash Ultimate.
Right?
Puts her in the coffin and spins her away.
Jeez.
All right. What else we got here? All right, we looked at this one. Oh yeah, this one's my favorite.
Oh.
Know the good rules. Looking good, Susan. Ah, you're sweet. Looking good, Susan. Hello, human resources.
Yeah, it's if you're listening to the audio version, it's a Breath of the Wild talking to Susan versus 2010, 2000 whatever it was, Banjo-Kazooie. It's like, oh my god, get this call security.
Yeah.
True.
Nuts and bolts. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? We looked at this one. Oh yeah, here's what I was talking about. Burning crosses on Korok's front lawn. I guess this is what Link does in the game. It's pretty accurate.
I'd say so.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought so.
People really had those carrots.
I like them. I think they're cute.
And of course, the one you've all been waiting for.
Oh, genius.
Then he explodes in flame, like what it's like to piss after a Tinder date. Accurate.
What's the date on that one, Ty? Is there a date?
I'm pretty sure that was release day. And I
Yeah.
Is it 5/14?
Yeah, like today.
It was the 12th. But the 12th was the release date. But
yeah, I'm not sure if this is the original guy that made it, but whatever. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's amazing.
All right. So yeah, please refer to my likes on Twitter for the thirsty ass fan art I was talking about earlier. It's all there.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you for your service, Ty.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem.
Cool.
Nice. Those Koroks, the ones that people are torturing, like Nintendo were very foolish in allowing them to be picked up by the Ultra Hand ability.
So I don't think they if they would have cared, they wouldn't have let people do it.
Right. You can actually fuse it to things.
Yeah.
And you can just throw them off a cliff. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Those. Oh yeah, Danny, talking back about those missions spread across the world, like the guy with the sign and all that kind of stuff. That is another one, right? These Koroks, like there's a Korok who needs to find his friend.
Right.
And the friend always happens to be a little bit, on the top of a cliff or somewhere a little bit far away, and you can see smoke in the distance. So you're supposed to pick him up and carry him to his friend, or make some kind of machine to carry him to his friend. But most people are making torture machines or yeeting him off a cliff or burning him to death.
Well, to be fair, like the one I ran into today, he's like, help me get my friend. He's up on top of this cliff. And I was talking to the people around the stable. They're like, yeah, you don't want to go up to the top of that cliff. There's some kind of big, freaking crazy monster up there. I'm like, dude, I am not going to help you go up there by that monster. You're going to have to do that by yourself. Get off your little lazy ass and do it.
He's dead now.
And
with good cars.
Yeah.
Well, I got to ask, what's up with the crosses? It's like every other tweet I've seen is like just reenacting Passion of the Christ
Well, I
with
mean,
like
they're,
these
they're
little creatures.
yeah.
Well, there are lots of those kind of wooden posts around, so it's quite
All
easy
over.
to just fuse him to a post.
Okay.
Is that like James said, there are wood. There's wood and all sorts of stuff all over the place. So yeah, very easy to find those parts. And if you
Or a
find
tree.
one of those little guys, which is there's a probably good chance that you can around relatively close to around that, then yeah, you literally crucify them and burn them or whatever you want to do.
Or get really creative and make, fully functioning torture devices, which, spin them around and electrocute them without you doing anything.
Yeah.
So you haven't made anything creative, Danny, like vehicles or devices or anything?
I had to do something in like a shrine, but like no, nothing yet.
Yeah,
Like
I think the shrines are meant to be almost like tutorials for building, because I learned things in these shrines. It's like, okay, that's what that's for. That's how you can use that, because you need to use it in a certain way to solve the puzzles.
Yeah.
And there's some of them are quite involved. Like they'll have three stages where you're using the same device but three times, but in increasingly difficult ways.
Sure.
By the end of it, you've learned quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's really smart. Hiding the tutorials behind puzzles. It's like kind of very Nintendo thing to do.
And I mean too, like you don't always have to do what they say. Like there was one, it said like, hey, do this. And I was like, what you are wanting me to do isn't working, or at least I can't get it to work. So I'm going to build a big long bridge instead. Like the most boring, stupid way to do it, but it worked. So
yeah, if it works, it works.
Exactly.
Like I said before, things just work. Just don't worry about it. If it works, it works. It was meant to be.
Well, we've been talking about Zelda for a long time, and I know that Ty has a couple of things that he wanted to talk about as well. We'll come back to Zelda probably on another episode, like I mentioned earlier. But Ty, let's go ahead and turn things over to you.
No, we're gonna forget about Zelda after one episode. All right, so yeah, I've been playing other video games. So I'm still on my Diablo 2 binge. I've completed the hardest difficulty and am currently in the process of grinding to level 9 billion for achievements. It's kind of fun. Yeah, and like I said last episode, it is way easier if you just do Necromancer first, because he seems pretty OP in terms of just grinding up monsters and not dying.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can just kind of farm gear with him and use the really handy shared bank tabs to like just give all the stuff to your other characters that are leveling at whatever level. So yeah, there's that. But so at some point in the game's 20-year history, they added some kind of wild stuff to like the end game. Like, oh wow, this is like the OG version.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll see.
Yeah, and here's the remaster. Okay. Right. Yeah, it does look way nicer now. You might not notice initially, but like all the characters are like high poly models.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. So anyway, like they added some stuff like you find some mini bosses. They have a chance to drop a key, and you find all the mini bosses. You combine all the keys, and you get to fight uber super duper Diablo in like Tristram or whatever. It's kind of neat. And then like they have a chance to drop like some of the best items in the game, etc. So there's achievements for that shit. So I'm gonna knock it out sooner or later. I already found one of the keys, so it's kind of fun. And I'm leveling the other characters too. So I'm still having a really good time with it. Like, every now and then, like you'll find like a certain character build will just you can basically just shred mountains of enemies with like one button. Because you went online and you found the formula. Let's be real.
Well,
because like it's a problem the game has, like because respecing your character is there, but it's really limited. So what you do is you go online, you find a cookie cutter build, and then you go to town. And that is exactly what I've been doing, very cynically. And I'm still having a lot of fun. So
Cool.
yeah, I know a couple of my friends have this game. I don't know if they touched it in a while. I'm gonna try to get in with them for like some multiplayer achievements. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. It's fun. It's addictive. Every enemy is a gotcha if you think about it. You hit them and something comes out.
Right.
Maybe it's a piece of shit. Maybe it's the best item in the game. You never know.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's fun. It's very fun and addictive that way.
And it is on Switch.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. That's why I talk about it so much.
Any no crossplay between PC or anything else?
Sort of. Like you can't. If you're actually playing, you can't crossplay, but there is cross progression.
Okay.
That's cool.
I think you can play on any platform and then access your character on any other platform. But if you're online playing with other players, they all have to be on the same platform.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. So, that's kind of like Witcher, I guess.
I guess. I don't know. I haven't played Witcher.
Maybe, yeah. Because, Witcher 3, they added that in at least later on, where, even on Switch, cross progression and stuff like that. I wouldn't know. I should try to play that some more, but yeah.
Let's see. So not too much more to talk about with that. It's it's a 20-year-old game. What do you expect? All right. I guess it's time to talk about Dead by Daylight again.
Well, there is something. What it's pretty nuts.
There's some funny news. Okay, so they did their anniversary stream where they outline all their stuff for the upcoming year, and all of it leaked ahead of time. So LMAO.
Right.
But there's some wacky stuff. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so apparently a new playable character coming to the game is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Not a character, just an actor. I mean, we know Nick Cage, like ubiquitous actor, spent all his money on like shitty Scottish castles, so like he'll take any role.
Right.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah, that's true. Look it up.
Why?
The man is not good with money.
Okay, I guess so. I mean, shit. I wouldn't buy a Scottish castle. Why?
I mean, they're relatively cheap. There's a lot of them actually, right?
Okay.
Right, James. That's kind of your neck of the woods, just north of where you live lived in the UK.
He'll BRB, but
he's gone.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I should ask James if he has any Scottish castles.
When he comes back on, yeah, absolutely.
Right?
And he absolutely does, obviously. So,
yeah.
But yeah, that was such a weird little bit of news. And James.
Oh yeah, speak of the devil. Okay, James, in the UK, you lived just across the border from Scotland, right?
I guess in the whole global sense of things, I live very near to Scotland.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Kind of.
Did you ever buy any shitty Scottish castles?
Like actual buildings?
Yeah. I mean, I hear there's a bunch of them.
I think I missed the joke, but let's say yes.
Okay. Yeah. So the short version is Nicolas Cage bought a bunch of shitty Scottish castles and then like ran out of money, so now he has to take any role. So now he's in Dead by Daylight.
Nice. I like him. I like him when he's crazy in that movie.
Crazy in a lot of movies.
That's the joke.
All right. Honestly, I do kind of wish, and I think this would be a licensing nightmare, but it's like, okay, you got Con Air, Nicolas Cage versus.
Oh yeah. I've got the jokes like in hand. Yeah. I'm ready to go.
God. Yeah.
Okay. But the rest of the anniversary stream, they showed the next chapter, which is like an original character. It's like an AI, like biological plus machine goober thing, very Akira style.
Yeah, Nicolas
Yeah,
Cage.
Space, yeah.
He birthed the
They
Scottish
took-
castle.
They took his face off.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it does beg the question: if Nick Cage is going to be a survivor in Dead by Daylight, like what are his perks? Every survivor gets 3 perks, and the other survivors can share them once you've leveled up enough. So yeah, my idea was like his perks would be gone in 60 seconds. He gets a speed boost after he picks up an item.
Nice.
Let's see, what else did I have?
Face off. He changes faces with another character randomly.
Yeah, that was the one I was saving. And then what was the other one I had? It was really good.
Leaving Las Vegas. He just
National Treasure.
Okay.
Fuck. Oh, I think that was the one where he gets a speed boost. And gone in 60 seconds is like when he speeds up once the exit gates are opened or at the start of the match or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
leaving Las
Kinsey-
Vegas. He just goes straight to the exit.
Leaving Las Vegas, yeah.
Kinsey
Slapping
says,
the killer better be one.
yeah, there it is.
True. So they outlined their plans for like the whole next year. There's going to be some kind of cool stuff, like when someone disconnects, like a bot will take over for the player instead of just screwing your team.
Okay. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think they announced that a long time ago, but
Oh,
have
just
yet
finally-
to implement it.
Okay. Okay. That's cool.
All right. But I've encountered some region fuckery in Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Now, for the uninitiated, regional fuckery is a very specific term I've used on the podcast where something isn't region locked, but due to the region of your system or your IP address or whatever, it will fuck up your video game. Yeah, Jinsei knows what I'm talking about. All right. So when I played Dead by Daylight on PC, if I have any of the in-game currency, like the paid currency, it gives me a message. It says, Oryx cells will expire after 6 months due to Japanese laws, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's interesting. And it only gives me that warning on PC. Now on console, it does not give me that warning. And like, I have a US system setting. I have a US account. I have a US credit card. I have a US birth certificate, etc.
Oh, does he?
He doesn't.
No, I'm Kenyan.
Knew it.
So I had some points on there, and I figure, okay, these will be fine. It doesn't apply here. And then suddenly one day they erased my fucking points.
Oh, that's fun.
They erased my paid currency. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna send them a ticket because there's no warning about this, and I've been sending tickets back and forth, and they have not been fun. Okay, like I ran into a serious bug like a couple years ago where my points were expiring in 6 days and not 6 months. And I think I was the guy that identified a very specific problem that they had to actually get engineers to fix. So that was fun. It took two months to resolve it.
Yeah.
And now I'm in a series of like tickets with their customer services, and they're not being nice to me. They're being a bunch of assholes. They're like, no, we're not going to give you your points. We didn't warn you, but deal with it, nerd. And I'm like, wow, this is not good.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to escalate this to my 95,000 Twitter followers.
There you go.
Which is what I have been doing. Yeah. And I'm just gonna keep fucking reopening the ticket until I am made whole.
Yeah, man. Like that's stupid. Like, okay, I had a kind of similar thing a couple of years ago with like Elgato, like the game capture thing. And well,
Yeah.
the way they advertise it is like this stuff doesn't work on Macs, and then it does, and you're like, okay, cool. And then I got a new computer, and it was just like kind of screwed up just a little bit where it would like skip frames when I'm trying to like capture stuff, and it's really noticeable and just make for a really crappy stream. But I had like a back and forth with them for like 2 months because we had to do it via email, and like it started off obviously we'll do the basic stuff. I was like, okay, and then it kept getting deeper and deeper, and they came to the conclusion that there is nothing they can do to help. And I was like, oh, thanks.
Fucked up.
That's why I bought a fucking PC.
Yeah, I was about to cap it off with the okay Mac user.
Yeah, I bought a fucking PC. But
yeah. I remember the last time I used a Mac was when it was like OS version 10.49 or something. Does this sound familiar? It was a long time ago.
It might have been before I used them, but
yeah, probably. And then when they updated to like 10.5, they removed a critical feature that I relied on.
No.
And it was running Windows on Mac.
I see.
Yeah. So that was the last time I owned or used a Mac product.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool story.
Yep. So yeah, that is my ongoing story with Dead by Daylight. I'm just gonna keep hassling them. We'll see what happens. Because they pretty directly lied to me in one of the tickets. They said they can't replace the money or the paid currency when they literally did that for me in a prior instance.
They can. That's customer service talk. That's their bosses saying, "Don't do this."
And I said straight up, escalate the ticket, and I'm gonna keep hassling them until I get it, because like I know they fucking can't. Come on, guys, give me my 8 itchy and scratchy dollars so I can buy a fucking stupid skin. Jesus. I don't even care that much, but it's like it's the principle of the thing, really.
Yeah. It's like regular money, but more fun.
It's way less fun, let me tell you.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Then, what we're doing?
One more thing. I thought I'd share my thoughts about the Street Fighter 6 open beta, even though it's kind of Nintendo. Yeah. So I actually got into closed beta a while back, and the open beta is mostly the same. It's like a couple little like small like UI things they added or fixed up, but it's just like the same 6 or 8 characters you can play.
Okay. Johnny Cage, TJ Combo, all the usuals, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, we're gonna have to do another feature where I show you the character select screen, and you'll have to like fuck up the names of each and every one of them.
Done.
That is like my favorite skill of yours, hands down. It's always funny as fuck. So game comes out in 2 weeks. It's nice. And
cool. Holy shit, 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks away. Oh yeah, during the open beta, I was mostly playing Guile, who has who has a comb exactly like this. You may have seen me playing with this during the stream. It's like it's like a butterfly knife, but it's not a knife. It's a comb. it's like the ultimate like adult fidget spinner right here. And everybody who has played TF2 and loves the memes like definitely has one of these, and has practiced how to open up the knife really fast, like the Spy.
Right.
Yep.
Pretend you're gonna kill someone and then come.
Yeah. Pretend I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, that's right. Remember this when I get arrested.
You can tell that this podcast is not filmed in America.
Right. You'd be dead already.
Yeah.
Ty would be dead already. Yeah.
True. Yeah. So I was throwing sonic booms all weekend. Pretty good. The character I really want to play is Dalsim, and the actual Street Fighter site has a fun little personality test that'll match you to one of the launch characters in the game. I think all 18 are in there. I think it's 18 characters. Yep. So there's like the OG 8 Street Fighter 2 characters, and then like a mix of new characters and other characters they have introduced throughout the years. Yeah, a lot of fun characters. I do really want to play JP, one of the new characters they have. He looks like a very zoner kind of character, where I play Glacius in KI. He's like a long range character with a lot of goofy bullshit.
Yeah,
So
I've seen him in action. Yeah.
Yeah, so JP might be fun, but you know, there's my boy Dalsim. He now has 2 kinds of fireballs. It's real war crime hours. I'm definitely gonna get some hate mail, which is okay.
Do we
So
have Mortal Kombat in the news, Danny?
No, but I
Okay.
mean, yeah, it's yeah, that's crazy that is the the reboot or whatever of the Mortal Kombat series that's coming to Switch, which I'm kind of surprised that they didn't just ignore it. But
true.
Yeah. And
Is it gonna suck?
they had that full 18 rated trailer on the Nintendo America channel, like just
Yeah.
straight up unedited. I was like, holy shit.
yeah.
Good luck, kids.
Yeah, they just can't watch it, but
Yeah.
Yep.
But they're kind of going back to the original whatever 8. When Ty said the original 8, it kind of just reminded me of that. So, yeah.
Orchid and
that's right.
Dr. Dogballs.
Yeah.
Let's see, where was I going? Oh yeah, so Street Fighter 6 now has kind of an open 3D lobby kind of system with a whole ass in-game chat. And if you've seen Scrub Quotes this past week, you know what that shit is all about.
Maybe I saw it and I just didn't know what I was looking at.
All right, so like Scrub meltdowns are now public and not just in your DMs.
All right, awesome.
Yeah. I mean, some other games have had this, like Guilty Gear and whatever, but like, Street Fighter is way big, gonna attract way more casuals who can now play with like one button moves.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. It's kind of like that other game that what's that game that went free to play? I played
Fantasy
it.
Strike.
Yeah. So they kind of like made moves on that level, right? Like very simple operation.
Yeah. So the 2 control modes. Actually, I think there's like a third one that you can only play offline. That's like actual idiot baby masher mode.
Nice. Danny's
But,
there it is.
Up.
Hey, here we go. I'm down.
Okay, so modern control, they call it. It's really simple. It's very Smash Brothers. And then there's classic, which is like command motions, 6 buttons. But you'll be able to play both modern and classic online and in ranked matches.
Okay.
And modern, it sounds like, wow, I can do everything with one button. It sounds way better. But there are drawbacks. Like when I accidentally picked it with Guile, you still have to charge your moves for 2 seconds. If you didn't, it would be the most busted shit in the planet, right? Like walk up, flash kick, just loop sonic booms in the corner or whatever.
Sounds like a good game to me.
Like the ramifications are insane. So the actual drawbacks of modern controls are you don't have access to all your normal buttons. So like you don't get like your 6 standing, your 6 crouching moves, your 6 jumping moves that are just like the single button presses. And this can be kind of rough for certain buttons. Like certain characters will like lose their best mid-range poke or whatever. Things like actual good players need to use fucking constantly. I don't know how deep you guys have gotten in any Street Fighter game, but one of Ryu's best moves in all of the Street Fighter games is his crouching medium kick, right? It's pretty good range. It cancels into Hadouken if you can hit it. And it's like, imagine if he didn't have that, he would be way worse. But on the flip, and the other thing is your special moves will lose like 20% damage, I think.
Oh,
yes. Street Fighter 4 for 3DS flashbacks. Oh boy, that game is fucking busted.
Search, if any of you guys out there are curious, just search the game title and Nintendo World Report. My review is there.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't remember even what I said or what I thought about it. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
There was also that GameCube game, right? Like EO.
Yeah, CBS2 EO. Oh boy, look up a combo video for that for a good time. But the possible advantages for players that are actually good with modern is doing moves faster on reaction. Like, for example, someone jumps at you. It takes a certain amount of time to do like say a double quarter circle forward and a button, right? That's gonna take you like at least a good fraction of a second to input. But if someone jumps and you can do that in one button, you can react faster. So there's a lot of situations and things you can react to faster effectively with that. Or if someone is like throwing out like just mid-range pokes, like just kind of fishing for hits, you could hit your normal and then your super button, like 1-2, and like if you get the counter hit, it'll automatically go into your super. If you whiff, if you don't hit anything, it won't cancel into your super. So you can do like those weird kind of hit confirming things with that too. So people are really curious to see how that's going to shake out in tournament play. Like, is Modern going to be viable at all? Is it going to be actually good? Let's fucking find out.
That'd be wild.
Yeah.
Smash Brothers mode beats a pro in the finals of Evo.
Yeah. I mean, it might also be a character specific thing. Like, like maybe Luke on classic controls will be just kind of so-so, but he'll be a lot better on modern controls. But you take another character who's like way stronger on classic, but not so much on modern. That might be a thing. So I think that's gonna be really interesting to see how it shakes out. Maybe modern will be way too good and just gets banned from tournament play for being too goddamn weird.
Actually, I mean, maybe if you talked about this before, maybe I just forgot or whatever. But like, wow, this actually sounds like. I mean, I've played Street Fighter stuff, and if I get into like the mode, I can like kind of wrap my head around like how to do moves and stuff like that, and get used to it and stuff like that. But like, I'm never playing competitively at tournaments or something to like, maybe with a group of buddies or whatever, it's fine. But
I mean, maybe you'll get online, do some rank matches or something.
Yeah.
Maybe if they give you a fancy cosmetic or something, who knows?
Yeah.
I don't think that's actually going to be a thing, like grinding for cosmetics, but it would be nice.
Danny might play on his phone in the bathroom on Wi-Fi of the cloud. Once.
Nice. I'm looking forward to you shitting up my fucking matches.
Hey, I have played some Game Pass stuff like on like my phone on Wi-Fi with the touch controls. That is something.
Okay.
Chef's kiss.
Nice.
Love it.
There is an interesting little feature where if you're playing online and ranked or whatever, and there's a really shitty connection between you and your opponent, like you can both hold start and just cancel the match, like no win, no loss, just bail out. But the net play is really good. I did play Japan to Saudi Arabia with one of my friends.
Nice.
It was very nice. It was about 250 ping. The first match was a little shaky, but it either like optimized or found a better route, so to speak, and it was pretty much fine. It was really good.
Nice.
Definitely at least on par with Killer Instinct, which I will never stop shilling as long as I live. Look, I got the shirt.
Combo breaker.
Never heard of it.
Right.
Never heard of it. Okay, so I'm still really satisfied with Street Fighter 6 so far. The real ass version comes out in 2 weeks. See you online.
Nice.
Right on.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that is going to do it for a very hearty helping of new business. Next up, got a bit of bookkeeping to do. First, maybe I said it to this episode already, I don't know, but we're part of the Tokyo Beat Podcast Network, and we're going to talk about one of the shows that's on the network here after a word from our sponsor. Today's show is actually brought to you by EPOS Gaming Audio. With a comprehensive lineup of both wired and wireless headsets, gaming amplifiers, microphones, and webcams, EPOS has everything you need to experience the power of audio, like their H6 Pro lineup, which features
I've actually used it, Danny. I actually used it now. Yeah. So my my phone headphones broke, and I was like, shit, I want to listen to music when I go to the train station. I was like, I don't have any headphones. Wait a minute, I do have some headphones. I have some really fucking good headphones that I haven't used much yet.
Yeah,
and they are Bluetooth and they connect to your phone.
Yep.
And they're noise canceling, so when I'm on the train, I can't hear shit. It's great. So I was like watching YouTube videos on the train in the middle of Tokyo, the busiest time, couldn't hear anything, and it was great. And the battery, I hadn't even charged it, and the battery was still like 80%. It told me.
Well,
in my
did you
ears.
know that? Did you know that the H6 Pro lineup actually features two versions: an open or a closed headset. The closed headset allows you to tap into exceptionally detailed audio and seals out ambient noise, kind of like what James was saying. While the open version delivers natural high fidelity audio with an incredible sound stage. Both headsets include a magnetic detachable microphone. It's maybe Ty might be showing you right now. Sleek design. No,
I haven't
crazy...
tried to detach it.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, probably don't want to do it during the show, but yeah, it's just good design. And you guys out there can save 15% exactly 15% off by visiting www.epostaudio.com/gaming and entering the code EPOSFriend15 at checkout. Again,
It's me. I'm the EPOS friend. I'm using it right now.
Post that on
Twitter.com/gaming and entering the code EPOSFriend15 at checkout and get a discount on some cool headphones.
It's good as
why
fuck.
it's not family friend.
Right.
They have more than one friend, apparently.
Yeah, I'll explain it to you after the show, unless I forget. But
Next.
Yeah, like I mentioned, we have just a brief kind of intro or a promo from one of our partner podcasts with the Tokyo Beat Podcast Network. Let's go ahead and get
podcasts. Let's go.
This one's great. I like this podcast a lot, actually. Here we go.
Hey everyone, it's David Petrangelo, one of your hosts from Remember 64, the podcast that goes on the totally tubular journey through the Nintendo 64's library. Join us as we dive into classics from Nintendo, Rare, and into the early days of polygons and 3D worlds. Yes, we're covering it all from top of the charts down to the dingy basement and everything in between. We may even find a few hidden gems. Ooh, intriguing. Remember 64, only on the Tokyo Beat Network.
Wow, I wonder if those guys would have me on to guest and talk about Mace the Dark Age for 3 hours.
Maybe.
This is a threat, and I'm willing to make good on it.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
That's a possibility.
Integrity Farms remembers.
I remember Mace the Dark Age.
I just remember the name.
It's a constant invasive thought.
Now playing at Famicast.com. Lots of stuff going up on the website, YouTube, all that type of stuff. Recently, just on the site, just a bunch of news. YouTube, right around the last time we posted the last episode, I posted a lot of different videos about Zelda, the Splatoon shirts, Zelda's Collector's Edition, which I bought. So you guys can check that out. And then, yeah, just a bunch of news over the past couple of weeks. Lots of cool and interesting stuff. TGS 2023 art has kind of been revealed, so you can check that out. Other parts that some things are going to be popping up on the news. You can kind of see right now if you're watching the video version. AEW Fight Forever actually finally has a release date that's coming June 29th, which I'm really super duper excited about. Oh man, I'm really looking forward to that one. But yeah, all this and more. That's right. And James, you know what time it is.
Buckle down the hatches, boy.
That's right, folks. Time for the JAPANews.
Check the YouTube subtitles for that one.
Time of the show, we talk about the latest and greatest gaming news out of Japan. Sometimes not, but this time, yes, definitely is. The first thing, it's very much related to what we were talking about earlier in the show. Of course, that being Tears of the Kingdom. Just in the first 3 days alone,
tearing it up.
Yeah, dude, completely tearing it up. 10 million copies sold worldwide in the first 3 days, and obviously it's only getting bigger. 10 million worldwide, 2.24 million of those coming from Japan alone, and then like 4 million of that is coming from North America or the Americas, which is pretty Pretty impressive. It's the biggest, or like the fastest start for any Zelda game in franchise history. Obviously, it beat out Breath of the Wild, but I mean, it's kind of unfair. I mean, considering like the install base, over the Switch.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, this can happen. But for the record, Breath of the Wild to date, at least as of the last Nintendo financials, it sold roughly like 30 million. If you include the Wii U version, it's over 30 million.
Yeah, 30.1. Yeah.
Yeah.
0.1.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think I was looking up some numbers. Like on the Wii U, it sold like over 1 million, like maybe 1.2 million or something like that.
I didn't realize there was 1 million Wii U owners in the world.
Actually, there are about 13 million. It's a ridiculously low number like that.
Take your word for it, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think we had talked about a couple weeks ago, months ago, that Splatoon 3 also had like a really strong like opening 3-day start. Most recent Pokemon did as well. I mean, Zelda's start in Japan, the 2.24 million, it didn't get higher than that. I mean, Pokemon was like over 4 million in 3 days. Splatoon was like 3.75. There's a really good Twitter account. It's just called I'm just pulling up here just for my own notes. It's just called Game Data Library, and it just has like Japanese game data, game sales data, and stuff like that. And I mean, Animal Crossing, New Horizons sold a little bit better than that. But I mean, hey, that's a really solid start for a Zelda game, so good for them.
Sorry. Yeah, from my students, just word of mouth kind of thing. A lot of people seem to want it, but they can't afford it. Okay. University students are like, yeah, I don't have 9,000 yen to buy a video game right now. I need to eat this month. But a lot of people really want it.
Sure.
Like, maybe they're going to ask for it for their birthdays or Christmas or whatever.
Right. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. And JC, would you mind taking the next bit of news? I got a video that we can put up here too as we're doing.
All right. It's I'm feeling a bit hot actually. I've got fever. Pac-Man fever.
Huh.
But it'll soon be euthanized because Pac-Man 99 is coming to an unceremonious end. Yes. It's going to be discontinued on October 8th. Oh, we've got quite a while. At 9 a.m. PDT. So down to the wire. Anyway, the lead up to the closure is set to start in August and then bleed over till September with paid custom themes, and then Pac-Man 99 Deluxe Pack mode unlock will be discontinued. I guess that's the one where you can like buy all of the modes or something like that.
That's what it sounded like to me too. Yeah.
Anyway, the game originally was part of the Switch Online service, started in 2021, and it's probably my second favorite of these kind of 99 or whatever battle royale.
Sure.
Tetris is obviously the best, and this one is the second best. Mario 35, that was pretty And the Bomberman one, didn't really like that one either. So yeah, this is a good one. And if you haven't played it, I'd definitely say give it a shot before it goes away.
Yeah, it'll still be available like offline.
Yeah,
I'm kind of still unclear how that kind of looks, but yeah, I mean, if you want to play it, if you're on Nintendo Switch Online, this isn't the expansion pack or anything like that. You can play.
Yeah, anyone can play this. Even the baby tier version can play this, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If you played Pac-Man Champion Edition, Championship Edition, it's it's based on that. So it's cool. You string lots of ghosts together, and you eat them all up.
Right.
And then you do it again at a faster rate until everyone's dead.
Yeah.
It's great. I think I've gotten top 5, maybe 4th is my best in this game.
Really?
I can't remember. Yeah, it's been a while.
I dropped off of this one pretty quick. I think right around the time it released back in 2021, I played for about 5 hours and then I just didn't go back. Like it just didn't hit me the same as what Tetris did. Maybe it's because it's a little bit more frantic. I think that might be part of it. Tetris does get pretty freaking crazy.
Yeah.
The farther you get in, but
there's a lot more going on though.
Yeah. And maybe that's just it's not really. I can't relax. And play this compared to like Tetris.
Yeah, it's definitely not relaxing. That's true.
Yeah.
Right then. Next.
Yep. And Ty, would you mind taking that next story?
Yeah, hold on. Let me find the tab. Here it is. The Game Boy Advance games that everyone wanted. Mario
Yikes.
Advance 1, 2, and 3.
Actually, before we go a step further, I have a question for you guys. Which game is which? So, like, obviously, the Mario Advance series is known for just having the most weird, outlandish numbers for their titles. So, like, okay, the first one, Super Mario Advance.
I think
Jesus
I know this.
Christ, I don't know.
I think I know this one. The first one is the bad Mario. It's what's it called? Doki Doki Panic one.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Doki Doki Macho Shinpan.
Yeah,
Super
that's
Mario
the
Brothers.
that's the first one, right?
Yep, Super Mario Bros. 2. Yep, or Super Mario Brothers USA, whatever you
Boom.
want to say. Okay.
Second one, third one, and fourth one, I have no fucking idea.
Okay. I think I know these. I think the second one is Mario World, and the third one is Yoshi's Island.
I think it's the other way around.
Nope. Ty got it right, actually.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Shit.
Between the two of us, we figured it out. Like, I thought one of them was Mario 3 for some fucking reason.
Yeah. Well, no, because Mario 3 is out. It's already on the Game Boy Advance Online system, and that is Super Mario Advance 4. Super Mario Advance 4,
Jesus
Super Mario
Christ.
Brothers 3.
So I wasn't wrong.
No, rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? I mean,
4-3, yeah,
geez.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Why would you make the third one Mario Brothers 3? That wouldn't make any sense, right?
I have actually a display unit for Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3 back here somewhere. But anyway, sorry, Ty. Please continue on.
Oh, okay. Where was I? Anyway, these are out. These are on the GBA Online on Friday, May 20th. Oh, they're not out. 2 more days. Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe by the time you listen to this.
Right.
I mean, just keep refreshing. It'll pop up any minute.
Right.
Does anyone like this game?
Which one? I kind of do, but.
Do you mean Mario 2 or Mario Advance series?
Mario 2 in general.
Mario 2. Yeah.
I loved it when I was a kid because it was just so different.
Me too.
I like the music. That's about it.
Yeah.
It slaps. Yeah, I do like the art. It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Actually playing it feels like once you know where stuff is, it feels really. I'm not sure how to articulate this. Like really scripted.
Okay.
Like.
Well, I know what you mean because like enemy patterns are. Well,
like there's an optimal character to pick for each level.
Yep.
And it's always going to be Toad or Luigi. Like there's no actual reason to pick Mario in this fucking game, which is wild.
Princess, I mean, if you want to, it's kind of like safe. If you want to play it safe. And also
but I mean,
really
the game
slowly.
isn't that hard. Come on.
Yeah.
You pick Toad for optimal coin pickup, so you get 99 lives that you'll never use.
Right.
And you pick Luigi for the big boy jumps.
Oh yeah, man. His jumps are great. Yeah, there's a nice shortcut in the middle of the game you can take because he fucking jumps into fucking space. It's so good. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I know some people complain about like these GBA versions of the game, and I think just as generally just like being GBA games, like Nintendo was doing the best what they could with what they had, which is fine. But in terms of new games to be added to a service, why did they pick these ones when there are a whole lot more Game Boy Advance games that they could have put on the system?
People like
Mario. At least they put them all in like all out at once. I mean, that's
the only redeeming feature. If they'd spread these out over the next 2 years or something like that, that would suck.
I mean,
get it over and done with.
Yeah, I liked playing these games on GBA at the time. It was novel to be able to play these games like on the go. That was awesome. But yeah,
they're just all bad versions of games that are better on other systems.
Are they bad versions though? They look pretty nice to me.
I don't think it's bad. The music's a little bit it's just not as good. But
the music is awful.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In that case, I do agree that that's kind of a critical component.
I do
especially Yoshi's Island and Mario World, where the music is just sublime.
Doesn't just sound like scratchy bullshit.
It's just lower quality. And if you're listening to the audio version of the show, I do have like a clip that's going to be coming after this at some point of Super Mario Advance 1, Mario 2. and you can tell. You can just tell. It's kind of weird.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, this is for people who've never played the originals, and they're just, this is their first console and their first Mario game.
There are a couple of different things they added into the games, like not huge things. Like you can play as Luigi in anytime you want in Mario World. There are some like big radishes and big enemies in like Mario 2 and like, a couple of things like that. I don't know if they did much with Yoshi's Island, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. Right. I mean, yeah, with the news, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we probably still could talk about. Like, I know James is probably excited for the next season of Splatoon that's coming out.
Oh, shit. We haven't talked. Why is that not on the news?
I forgot to add it.
Sizzle season, baby. Yeah. Sizzle season. I mean, the timing is a little bit not good at the moment because Tears of the Kingdom, right?
Right.
I think this is going to be the first time where I miss my level 100. So there's going to be some fucking like goods that I'm going to miss, and that sucks. But I think we've got until beginning of June.
It's June 1st is when it comes out.
Yeah,
so
there's no way I'm going through 40 levels in a week. Yeah, I mean, I could
if you take your Zelda time and just turn it into Splatoon time.
Yeah, exactly. I could grind through it, but yeah, I'd rather play Tears of the Kingdom right now.
Right.
So.
Right.
Which, that should be a good enough, recommendation, hearing me say that.
Yeah. James already has like 600 hours clocked into Splatoon 3 or something.
I
don't think it's that much. It's definitely like a couple hundred or something, right? Maybe over 100.
It's over 200, I think.
Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
But yeah, Sizzle season, there's a couple of there's a returning course and a new one. And some new weapons and new clothes, and don't think there's any new modes being announced yet, but there will probably be like a big run. For example, there's usually a big run event every new season. So yeah, I'll play it when I finish Tears of the Kingdom.
We know.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to know if we can finish Tears of the Kingdom, like when, like before Christmas? I don't know. Who knows?
Cool.
Next.
All right.
So, Danny, the music would actually start playing for the Fukubukuro right now.
Right.
But instead, I would like you to play a little bit of quiz music. Boom.
Hope you enjoyed that.
So, nobody wants to buy reasonably priced indie games right now because everyone's playing Zelda. So deal with it. If you do want to play a reasonably priced indie game, then go to Deku Deals and have a look. So yeah, I found I don't know why this popped up. It was like some kind of YouTube thing. There was a video saying there was a new AI website. AI is like everywhere right now, right?
So just to be clear, it wasn't the guy saying, "Do you want to eat pizza for dinner or salad?" It wasn't that guy?
Wasn't that guy.
Okay, I love that guy.
So yeah, this one was an AI generated quiz. So I like doing quizzes on the podcast from time to time, but they do take a lot of time to make. So how cool would it be if I could just copy and paste the URL for the Famicast into a website and it fucking generates a quiz for me in like 2 minutes? Because that's exactly what I did. So that's what we're going to do.
Nice.
So I did it in 2 parts because you had to pay money if you wanted like more than 3 questions or something like that. So I just ran the thing twice on 2 different tabs to get around that.
Brilliant.
So we'll do the first tab first. So I don't know the answer to these questions, but these were generated from the Famicast website. So
is there a visual element? Is there a visual element?
Yeah. I'm gonna share the quiz now.
Oh, okay.
So these are all generated from our website. So I'm assuming all the answers are on the website. So probably Danny has the best bet here of winning this because he writes everything on the website.
Yeah.
So here we go. The first question is, what is the name of the upcoming service that will feature Super Mario Advance, Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Advance 3 on Nintendo Switch? Is that all right, by the way, Danny?
Yeah, Super Mario Advance. Yeah.
Oh, okay. At least it's got that bit right.
Yep.
So the options are Nintendo Switch Online Basic Pack, Premium Pack, Deluxe Pack, or Expansion Pack. Ty, what's your answer?
Xbox Game Pass.
Cool.
Close.
Danny?
Expansion.
Yeah, I'm going to go for expansion as well.
So you're waiting to hear what I said. Got it.
Yeah. Yep. Got that one right. Next question. How many GBA titles will be available on Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pack service after the addition of Mario Advance? Blah, blah, blah. Mario Advance 2, 3, 4, whatever.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. 10, 8, 9, or 7?
I know the answer.
I have no fucking idea. You know
I
the
know.
answer?
Yes, I do. I
Um,
literally wrote this.
okay, I'm going to say 10.
Okay.
Ty?
I'm
You
gonna
gonna
go
go
with 100 plus games on Microsoft Game Pass.
Yeah, it's
10, I was
10.
right. There you go.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
So
Danny
technically
needs to check
7.
it.
Yeah, 7 right now, but yeah.
Okay. Then there will be 10, yeah. Which GBA title was the last one to be added to Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pass before the Mario games were added? So
I like how they put all of the Mario games in the answers that are literally listed above.
Right. And they got this the wrong way around as well. Super Mario World : Advance 2. Is that right?
Yeah, some of them are. Some of it's weird. Some of them are.
Okay,
listed,
I'm gonna say Metroid Fusion because that's the only non-Mario game.
Yeah, and this is literally saying what games are coming.
Yeah.
What games came before, and it's like
Good job, AI.
It's wrong.
Which of the following topics was not discussed during the Fami-Quiz new business segment?
This is kind of confusing.
I wonder
which episode.
Yeah, was that? I guess it must have got one of the articles of the.
It has to be from the last episode. All of this is very like the most recent news, like within the past week.
Must be the first page then. Which was not discussed. So the options are
in new
business. The Zelda Splatoon Splatfest, the Tears of the Kingdom themed food. We definitely talked about that. Mario Advance movie released in Japan, or the latest Nintendo financials. I think we talked about all of those, didn't we?
In the new business.
Oh, in the new business. Well, Danny talked about his fucking onigiris, right?
Right. We talked about Mario, the Mario Brothers movie, not the Mario Advance movie.
So I'm guessing financials?
Yeah, wouldn't that be in the news segment?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
That's what? Wrong.
It says Tears of the Kingdom food. That's wrong, isn't it?
That is wrong.
That is wrong, yeah.
I think
that is right.
We've been scammed by AI again. Count the fingers.
What was the focus of the news segment in the Fami-Crew podcast? That's what it's called now. That's what it's called. We're the Fami-Crew podcast. Upcoming game. What's the question again? What's the focus of the news segment? Upcoming game releases, listener feedback, anime trash, TM.
I put that.
And the latest financials. Do you write TM on the website?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, okay.
I'm feeling silly. Just to see if anybody sees it. Apparently, AI is the only one.
Yeah. So I guess it was financials because listener feedback is literally a different segment. There it is. Got it. Who discussed the anime trash TM segment on the Fami-Crew podcast? Neither JC nor Ty.
What? Who knows?
Ty. Both JC and Ty and JC. Okay.
Who's going to crack this riddle?
I don't know. I think both JC and Ty. No. Oh, man.
Right. Yep. Just Ty, apparently. I scored 5 out of 6. Okay. And then I'm going to switch to the other tab to go to the next questions. Like I said, not paying for the full fucking premium version of this AI thing, which doesn't even get the questions right.
Right.
Jesus Christ, of the Fami-Crew podcast.
How dare this free service do this?
Right, exactly.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah. Danny gets it. Who directed the 1993 Mario Brothers movie? You wrote a news article about the Mario movie?
No.
Okay. What the hell? Rocky Morton and Annabelle Jankel, John Carpenter, Steven Spielberg, or Tim Burton? It's got to be Steven Spielberg, right?
Yeah. What?
What? I don't.
John
what do you-
Carpenter isn't he the guy that does the music for some movies? Didn't he make the fucking music for Halloween?
Yeah, I think he's a movie director as well, isn't he? But
I don't think so, but maybe.
John Carpenter's Village something. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
like
yeah.
a commercial.
Okay.
well, it's got to be this Rocky person, right?
Guess.
Ty, do you think so?
It must be, since it's the only person I haven't fucking heard of.
Okay.
That's right. Which was their first feature film. All right,
Maybe I
okay.
did write something about this before.
Which actor played the role of Mario in the 1993 Mario Brothers movie? Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester
Yeah.
Stallone, Bob
Sounds good.
Hoskins, Danny
Ooh.
DeVito.
Yeah.
Well, Danny
Danny
DeVito
DeVito?
obviously played Luigi, so.
Right.
Right.
Cool.
Oh, I thought it was Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Must have been confused with a different movie.
That would have been a hell of a casting. Let's go.
What was the budget for the 1993 Mario Brothers movie?
Wait, are you
80
sure this
million?
is pulled from our website?
Yes.
I
Why?
don't think I ever wrote anything about this.
This is fucking weird. Maybe it just took a branch off like the Mario movie in Japan and then took it from there. Isn't it?
Yeah, because I posted a lot of stuff about the most recent Mario movie,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
Maybe Danny has a secret news article he hasn't published yet.
AI's
Anyway,
writing
the
it, so-
budget 80, 60, 20, or 40 million. I remember it being a very expensive movie
Hmm.
for the time.
Yeah, I'd say okay. If that's the case, maybe 20.
What do you
No.
think, Ty?
These are all expensive. These are all more money than I have.
In
1993
1993 as well. Fucking hell.
And $93? Jesus Christ. Like my first
You'd have
guess
to
would be
double it,
60,
right?
but I'm gonna go down to 40 million.
You'd have to double it to like be 2023 money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
No.
I'm gonna go max. No.
Okay.
Holy
Oh,
shit,
60,
80
okay.
million fucking dollar. Oh, 60.
No,
60.
60,
Oh,
60.
my gut instinct was right. Wow.
Okay.
It only grows 20 million.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Danny, you guessed 20?
I guess 20.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well,
I
it
was
made 20.
Wow,
It didn't.
I was confused. So
Next question. What is the frequency of the Famicast? Oh, I got it right. The Famicast podcast.
Yeah.
There we go. Bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, weekly. Quarterly, yeah. We do four.
Bisexual.
Ty got the answer right.
4 episodes a year
Yeah.
coming next year. I'm going to go for bi-weekly. There we go.
Mhm.
What type of content does the Famicast cover?
Who
Only
knows?
Only game events, only game news, only game reviews, previews, news, events, and more.
Exciting.
Yeah, I think we can see how the AI generated that question.
Mhm.
In which year was the earliest archive available of the Famicast website? So I guess the first ever page we ever made,
Yep.
2017, 18, 19 on 2020. Yep. Yeah, well, we started this website in 2017, right?
Did we?
I think. Zelda?
Did we? Yes, we
We
did.
did. In your face, Bivens.
No, I know.
In your face.
Thank you.
Which Legend of Zelda game had a faster worldwide total in the opening weekend than Tears of the Kingdom?
This is okay.
Which
Okay.
is a Legend of Zelda game.
Well, my answer is definitely going to be Pokemon Scarlet. Yeah.
Yeah. It's yeah, the options are Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Breath of the Wild, none of the above, or Splatoon 3.
Well, which is your favorite Zelda game of these 4?
Probably Splatoon 3.
Yeah,
It's going to be really funny if the AI thinks Splatoon 3 is a Zelda game because there was a tie-in event.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Mhm.
Oh
Could be.
shit! Oh, okay. I'm just gonna hit Breath of the Wild. See what happens.
None of these.
Fucking hell.
Whoa, no, that's wrong. It's fucking wrong.
Pokemon
it's-
Scarlet. No, no, it is confirmed. Danny, you can't argue with it. AI.
Okay, you're right. I'm wrong.
Noted Zelda game.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
think
a
maybe
game.
the way I
Pokemon
had
Scarlet.
it or something was confusing. I don't know. It wasn't confusing to me, but then again,
Read it and weep, Bivens. Read it and weep.
yeah.
I think this is the last question. How many units of Breath of the Wild have been sold since its release on the Switch in 2017? 4 million, 10 million, 130 million, or 29.81? So fucking specific.
Very computer.
It's so specific. It's just like it rounds up all the numbers, and then the last one. Oh god. So
John Cario. I, for one, welcome our new AI overlords.
well, how
Back
many
in.
is the Switch hardware itself hasn't sold 130, has it?
No. Yes.
So
No.
Maybe.
Getting,
well, it did have a 1.1 attach ratio at the beginning. Do you remember
yeah,
that?
I totally forgot how much that sold. But no. I know what two of these numbers are.
I think well, it must be Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I think Danny, you said it earlier in the episode. It was like 30 million, right? So it must be this one. Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Plus at least an additional 1.6 million on Wii U. Oh yeah, it's definitely getting that from Bivens.
Yeah, and 130 million is how many copies of this Legend of Zelda series overall has sold.
I see. Okay, anyway. Another question. What is the significance of Tears of the Kingdom selling 10 million units in the first 3 weeks? Sorry, first 3 days. It beat the record for fastest selling game in the Zelda series. It's the first game to send 10 million units in the first 3 days. None of the above.
Game ever.
Yeah. It sold more units in its first 3 days than any other game in history. Well, I think that was in the news today, wasn't it? The fastest selling Zelda game in the series. Yeah, 7 out of 9.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Nice. If only we had known that Pokemon was a Zelda game.
Exactly.
Well, now we know, so we won't make that mistake ever again.
Feels so foolish. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, Deku Deals, Fukubuka Fabulousness might come back next episode. But one segment that's always been here and is never going away is Anime Trails.
Originally supposed to be an interim segment that was not always here, but
148 episodes later.
Right. Okay. So one thing, I did open a package a little early, because there was a Monster Energy drink in it.
Nice.
And
did you put them in a giant metal pot and boil them together, and then it created like some chicken wings?
True. But and also in the package there was another one of these little Mario Kart guys.
Nice.
And I remember being confused last week because I thought I was gonna get this one, but I didn't. I had an extra Donkey Kong. But no, now I have Bowser.
Nice.
Look at this fucking car. This is badass. This is rad as shit.
Yeah, and again, it's based on Mario Kart Wii, which is bizarre.
True.
Oh shit.
I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. I can dig it. But
yeah, I mean, that's what I went from. There are like other Mario Kart ones on there, but I wanted Bowser and Mario and DK because they have the coolest fucking cars. All right, so now let's open some of these boxes. All right, it's kind of a small week this week. I only have 3 others.
What
Let's
happened?
see. I'm just not spending as much. Playing some offline UFO catchers instead. Playing Diablo.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Nice.
So let's see. I got this little one here. I think this is from Capcom. It doesn't say, but I think it is. I think I know what this is, and I'm really excited.
It's got a number 6 on the side.
Oh yeah, it's here, baby. Check this shit out. I got a Rockman 2 pouch or pen case or something.
Nice.
I don't think it's long enough to be a pen case, so I don't know. But yeah, it's got the official Rockman 2 art on there. Look at that. That's rad as fuck.
Dude, that's awesome.
Bento box, right?
I think it's too small for any fucking bento I would eat.
Take it out. Let me have a look.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Nintendo 64 controller for scale.
Oh, it's a zippy kind of one. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like a pen case, but I think
your miniature
pen
pencils.
size. Yeah, you can hold stuff in here.
You can hold your Pen 15 in there.
This would be yes, all 15 of my pens. This would be really good for like DS games or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or something.
Rockman looks really much like another video game character that I know called Mega Man. Don't know if you ever heard of him.
Nah.
Well, I will say I do prefer the American style box art. I have an NES box of Mega Man 3.
Oh,
As you can
God.
see,
Jesus Christ.
the confused
Oh,
look on
Nice.
Mega
God.
Man's face. It's just-
Mega Man's confused, yeah.
Yeah.
Seg's
He's
really
probably thinking-
confused, I think.
Right. He's like, what is a rock man?
Right.
He's like, I'm rock hard. So it's like, all right, well, there it is.
All right.
Rock
Okay. Now
Man.
look at all the sides here.
Nice.
I think this might be identical to the actual box art for the Japanese version.
I don't have that on my shelf, so I can't pull it off, but
Is it?
that does seem legit. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I think I've seen this exact same screenshot like on the box on the US version and in like Nintendo Power and stuff. It just seems really familiar to me, that exact location.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I just saw the Rockman 2 one and I got it for almost free. I had to get that shit right away.
Yeah.
I think I put in a few bucks to get it. Totally worth it.
Junkario asks, like, hey, maybe is that a Game Boy case? But maybe not.
I don't think that's the intention. Yeah, it's too big for
I mean,
or too
you could probably
small.
put an OG Game Boy in there, but you open it up, it doesn't look like.
No, this is too small for an OG Game Boy. Maybe a Game Boy Color. Yeah, who knows?
Okay. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, who knows what it's actually intended for?
Nobody knows.
All right, now I have a box from Toriba. I have no fucking idea what's in here. Well, place your bets. What do you think? Is it gonna be anime figure, some weird fucking plush toy?
No, it's too small for a corn cob.
Too small for the corn cob. Where did I
Which is
put
a
the
pity.
scissors? They were just in my hand. Okay, here we go. There we go. All right, open her up. What do we got? Oh, okay. I remember getting these.
Okay.
I got a couple little plush horse girls.
Okay.
Yeah, made. These are both in the same machine at the same time.
Okay.
I almost got them at the same time, so that was kind of cool.
Junkario is a good guess. He's like, it's gonna be an Anime Chan. I mean, kinda. I mean,
Yeah,
basically.
like is it? Yeah, this is the exact size we would use for a singular Anime Chan, I think.
Right.
But no, it was two horse girls screaming until I'm hoarse.
Perfect.
Okay, once again, I've lost my scissors. I don't know.
Okay.
Where'd they go?
Ty, I found something
Yeah?
that is what you were just talking about. Here we found a Rockman 2. Here's the front. Oops. Here's
Okay.
the front. And here's the side. And
Famicom
here
box.
is the bottom.
Yeah, it is. It's an exact copy. Check that
That's
shit
awesome.
out.
That is awesome.
Yep. They don't have the barcode. It's a
Wow. It's probably you couldn't put it on. You know what I mean? Might be like a
Yeah.
legal thing or whatever.
true.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. I had a feeling.
Only $108 on eBay.
Yeah, man. It makes me
Wow.
think like maybe how many of these cheap things can I pick up online in Japan and flip them in America for like 5 times the price?
You could do this one for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, I have another box from Toriba. I've already opened it. It's a little bigger. Oh, it's a big plush toy.
Now this is Anime Chan.
Yes, it's Anime Chan. This is what's her name again? Power.
That's her
So
name.
yeah, you might remember I got this other one, which is still conveniently within arm's reach. So this is a slightly different one.
Gosh, now she's wearing like a blazer.
Yeah. So we got blazer and no blazer, and like these horns on this one are just kind of flat, but these are like whole 3D ones. So that's
the other
interesting.
one's like felt, and the other ones are like actual like material.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I think these are both made by like different companies. So that's wild.
That is.
Great character. Definitely a fun look for a plush toy.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that concludes the anime trash. Just kind of a small week this week. But,
Yeah, I like the authentic Rockman box pencil case.
hell yeah, I was so excited to get this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Ghetto.
Yeah,
Cool.
I do have some more bullshit lined up now shipping.
Okay.
So tune in next week. It'll be pretty good.
Nice. Cool. All right. Like Ty said, that is going to do it for the trash. So we're going to move on to a little bit of feedback from you guys. So if you guys do have any feedback for us, definitely feel free to hit us up. Like we talked about earlier in the show. I mean, you could join our Discord. It's there. You could talk with us directly, and like a bunch of other people that are cool and like-minded folks. So that's one way. You can email us, thefamicast@gmail.com. Hit us up on social media at the Famicast. Sign up in YouTube comments. Sign up on the website comments. And you can have your stuff read out on the air like these guys. So I'm going to bring a couple of different comments from the from YouTube, basically. And so that we can take a look here. God, looking at screens inside of screens. For the last episode, Rockyad actually commented, we were talking about like Miyamoto and Aonuma, something like, it was like Nintendo. What the hell was it? Like, why did Nintendo let the Crypto and the Necrodancer guys, make the game, something like that?
Because I was playing the Game Trials one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and Rakia mentioned that they said, hey, I remember Miyamoto and Aonuma being fans of Crypto the Necrodancer, which led to the port. And then the devs pitched their idea for Nintendo-themed DLC, which turned into Cadence of Hyrule. So, neat.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a lot better story than what happened with Minecraft, where Miyamoto says, nah, people don't like Minecraft. That's pointless. And it didn't happen on a Nintendo system for 8 years.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm paraphrasing, but yeah.
Okay. Another one, John Curry actually commented on the video I did for the Splatoon and Zelda merch. And actually, this is a good point, too. I'm surprised there isn't more crossover merch, especially considering Smash Brothers' success.
Right.
If it were similar merch or merch of your choosing, which crossovers would you want to see Nintendo do? Because I mean, I think with these Splatfests, that is just a perfect opportunity for Nintendo to do all sorts of stuff with their own IP for like no extra cost to them. But I mean, it could open up possibilities for working with other game companies too, like they have with Smash.
Well, so many sexy ideas, of course. But if we're
Right.
staying away from non-sexual ones, then
Yeah.
maybe I want to see Snake and Captain Falcon like doing a bro fist together. I'd buy a T-shirt like that.
Yeah.
You know that meme with the two like big muscly guys doing their arms locked together. It's
Schwarzenegger and Danny Glover.
Yeah.
Predator, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want that, but Captain Falcon and Snake.
That'd be cool. As a shirt. Man, somebody might have already made it. But yeah, as something official, that'd be even cooler, right? But
that's right. Snake Smash.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Danny. Go ahead.
No, that's it. Like I said, there's just a couple of things I wanted to list out. And again, like we can see stuff that you guys post, and we might not be able to read everything out on the air, but I'm glad that for you guys that had comments about Tears of the Kingdom earlier today, there was on Discord and also just in the live chat and stuff like that. Thank you guys so much for like hearing from you and just
So, oh, Danny, if you just put the camera on me for 1 second.
Sure.
So like well in the last episode I forgot to show, because I don't know, Danny, did you get the download version of?
No. Okay. So, dude, I got.
You got
okay.
the
I'll
physical
first show your thing.
So that's the card inside the when you buy the digital version. Very nice card with the kind of I guess these are the kind of hieroglyphic style things from the intro, the game intro, the actual game intro, and that's the outer cover that you pick up. I just picked up this in the local conveni.
Right.
But then I did a bit of a Bivens. I actually ordered something from the My Nintendo store.
Oh.
Unfortunately, not using free points. I had to actually use real money for this one. So that is the this one, the card case collection, the Disc-kun on the front there. So this is, unfortunately, it's a blind box. So this is like one of 5 designs that you can get in the back. So yeah, they got what, Legend of Zelda, Mario. Oh, that's Mario 2, isn't it?
Yep.
Like Lost Levels,
Lost
Mario
Levels.
2. Yeah, Lost. What the hell is that one?
Kid Icar? No. Oh my God, is that Year or Kung Fu or something? Year.
Oh, it could be Kid Icarus actually. And then the middle one.
That's Murasame, or the mysterious
Castle.
Murasame Castle.
Yeah, and the Metroids.
Yep.
So of those ones, I got this one.
Oh, Famicom Detective Glove.
Right.
Nice.
Which I don't think is that even on there? Or is that the one that we couldn't read?
I couldn't really see it.
I think
so,
that's this one.
Okay,
so it's
cool.
pretty cool. So I just genuinely wanted a card thing because I've been, I just got sick of having a wallet in my pocket, and I'd like take my card out my wallet and scan it on the thing and then put it back in my bag, and it was kind of a pain in the ass. Well, I just want to get a cool card holder, so I got one of these, and it's really cool.
Yeah, cool.
I look like a complete nerd going through. It was that little floppy disk looking thing.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, if you're doing the audio version, you can't see this, but yeah, I mean, it's this IC
like
card case.
Yeah.
It looks just like a Famicom disk system disc.
Right.
Same color. Looks like it's about the same size and everything.
Yeah.
too. And
My card is inside.
Yeah. And
that's
that's cool. I mean, I have like an Apple Watch, like I use that, but I imagine like to keep maybe things separate for like a work transportation thing or something like that. Maybe it's a legit way to do it too, and it's cool. Yeah, awesome, man.
It was 2,000 yen with delivery. Well, it's 1,500, but then you have to pay for delivery. So
right. And they might have the full set on there. Maybe it was sold out. I don't remember, but yeah, that came out like late 2021. And yeah, it's super rad.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for feedback today. And actually, that's going to do it for the show. Before we head out, we're going to go ahead and give you guys our social media handles so that you can follow us if you so choose. If you want to follow me, you can follow me at DannyBiv, DANNYBIVJC. Where can the fine folks find you?
At Family Complicated. Please to enjoy.
And Ty.
Super Cat Drugs. And seriously, do look at my likes if you want to see that thirsty fan art I was talking about before.
Way ahead of you, mate. Way ahead of you.
Nice.
Believe it. Oh, crap. I need to throw up something on the screen, our Ender thing. Oh, my God. Every episode, I know I'm forgetting something, and I usually do, but here we go.
We need that Please Stand By from The Simpsons. The guy holding the rum bottle, the camera.
Right. Oh, my God.
Just Danny. If somebody wants to do some fan art of like Danny looking drunk and like, I don't know, in front of a computer or something like that, that'd be great. We could use that as our standby screen.
Right. Yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for the episode. Again, Ty, James, it's been fun. And everybody out there that came in live, thank you. If you're listening later, thank you. We love you. We want to be with you. No, we'll catch you later. Peace.
Peace.
Thanks.